Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the Racing Games channel. I am Mark. Hopefully the audio is working this week. Slightly interrupted this week, but fear not, we're going to have a good stream all the same. Let me just get my microphone in the right spot. There we go. And I did check my audio settings for the microphone, but I didn't check them, there we go, for the speakers. So I think now you can hear the game too, as well as me. Awesome stuff. Yeah, so this week we're finally catching up to the real F1 calendar. We're going to be racing in Singapore, first and foremost, which was probably one of the most boring but chaotic races I've ever seen last weekend. The fact that we ran out of time, they had to stop the race. I don't actually know how many laps were completed in the end, but it went to a race clock rather than a lap timer. That tells you all you need to know. So we're going to be racing in Singapore. And then we're off to Japan for Suzuka. Where are we here? First time managing around Suzuka. Should be quite fun. And then we're off to COTA for the US Grand Prix. One of 3 US Grand Prix next year. Of course, there's one in Miami and there's one in Vegas as well. But this is the US Grand Prix. So today, we're going to be doing 3 races. And as you might have already seen, that leaves next time there'll be 3 races as well. Mexico, Sao Paulo, and Abu Dhabi. And we are very, very close to the end of the first season here. In terms of the team, I've started upgrading a lot of facilities. Team Hub, Scouting Department, Race Simulator. I've set all of those to upgrade. Hospitality Area, Weather Center, and Helipad. I've started all those. And for car development, we've still got the CFD Simulator. I think we set that up last week. It might have been the week before. But we set that up as well. So eventually we're going to become like the best team on the grid in terms of the facilities, not so much in terms of the car. But in terms of the car, we do have some underfloor manufacturing going on right now. We've got some new front wings. New front wing being designed. And then we've got chassis and underfloor being researched for next season. And in fact, I think the chassis research here might finish during today's stream. The front wing design definitely will finish because it's 1 day from now. And then we can start adding something else to the list. Now, I'm trying to remember what the suggestion was last time out as to what we should look up next. But we'll come to that. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. For now, though, let's continue. We've still got Albon. We've still got Logan as our 2 drivers. I felt a little bit for Albon at the weekend. He worked so hard to get back. Bearing in mind, during the Italian Grand Prix, as they said during commentary, he was on a respirator. He had respiratory failure. Ventilator, sorry, not respirator. He was on a ventilator. So he's worked so hard to come back, and it wasn't really his fault that he DNF'd. Sort of the car let him down. What was it? He locked up and... I'm trying to remember what happened to Albon now. He hit the barrier, didn't he? I can't remember how. It's not good, either way. Let's get 4 of these front wings produced. The first one will be ready in time for the race. In fact, first 2, I think, will be ready in time for the race, which was nice. We could rush it, and then we can have the first 3 ready, and that might be a better idea. I'm going to make 5 of these, because I feel like we are going to need them as the races go on here. Now, I've called this a triple header, but of course this isn't an actual triple header. Well, we've got Singapore here, which is... Do we have dates? Yeah, 30th to the 2nd of October, and then Japan, which is this weekend in the real world. Good afternoon, Tom. Is October the 7th to the 9th, and then the US Grand Prix is 2 weeks after, but I'm calling it a triple header. It counts in my head. I should probably... So we've got low stock of suspension. Have we? We've got 3. I think that's fine. Calm down, T. Panics about everything. So in terms of research, so we've got front wing, rear wing, side pod suspension. We could go for suspension, because I don't think we've done any research on suspension at all. And that is quite important for slow corners. Does it show a history as to what you've done? Don't know if it does. Oops. current project. I'm all over the place. New project, research, suspension. So in terms of hours, we are in a new period. Actually, no, we're not in a new period. We've got 38 days till we enter a new period. So we can't do any development or design for that matter. So that kind of benefits us in that area. There you go then. We have got scouting complete. The helipad is up and running now as well. I'm trying to remember. Manufacturing of the underfloor. Good stuff. Should probably stick that on the car. So this is underfloor. So this is the Uber one, right? Yeah, this is the brand new one. So I'm going to install that on car 1. I'm going to install that on car 2. Sweet. In terms of everything else, yeah, we could do with some new chassis and things like that, but I don't know. This is an interesting one. So this is a better front wing for pretty much everything except low speed cornering, where it drops it slightly. But I'm tempted to put these on because they're better overall. That sounds like a plan. Rear wing, going to make sure we've got the best ones. We do. Do we have more of these? Make 3 more of these just in case. I think that was Oops. I think it was Zandvoort that messed that up. I'm again all over the place. Right, here we go. Side pods. We've got the same side. I think we've had the same side pods all season. Underfloor. That's the new one that we've just installed. And then suspension. Yeah, we need to work on some new suspension as well. So I think the cars are ready. There's the Bottas scouting. So he's on a massive salary. I just don't see how we can afford anyone better than what we've got right now. So expensive. So expensive. So I will leave that information for now because it may come in handy. But right now I just don't see it myself. I just do not see it. Helipad complete. I think we're just going to go straight into to Singapore then. Race prep. What are they looking for? Reach Q2. It's possible. Fastest lap probably isn't. Finish position as well. So again, that's reset now because of what happened last week at Monza, where we absolutely goofed it. But here we go, off to Singapore for the first race of the stream. Exciting times. This was a good race. Like I say, it was boring but chaotic. It started off really dull. Not a lot really happening. And then we ended up with, what, 6, 7 DNFs? And it just... everything happened all at once. We had, what was it, two actual safety cars and 2 VSCs as well, I believe. A lot happened. So we're going to swap out Albon for Aitken, for P1. Stick you on the hard tyre. Not 15 laps, 20. And there we go. Sim. Now, I may lose the chat again during the stream because once again my PC likes to cook itself. Oh, I didn't check car parts actually while we were here. Setup, actually that's not bad. 50s is pretty good. Yeah, I need to check car parts. That's pretty good. Didn't we get new parts for oh, we didn't for Albon's car. I think I mean, ERS, we're probably not going to use it that much. 6 safety cars in total, was it? Oh, 6 DNFs. Is that what you're talking about, Tom? That would make more sense. It was Latifi, Zhou, Albon, Ocon, Alonso, and somebody else. I think someone else did. I'm pretty sure there was only 14 cars at the end. It was, yeah, manic. Right, for straights. Let's go this way. And then for traction. we will do... Yeah, see, this way it gets frustrating. That does bring it back into whack. And then maybe a little bit of... camber again, just to really bring it back in. Because traction itself was actually in a pretty good spot. It's everything else that was all over the place. Okay, as for Albon, do your run first, set it to 20, and then here for the setup. Now we're actually inside the boundary for everything here, which is quite rare. But I think braking stability we should move back to where it was. And everything else is away from where it was. So that might work well. I've said that before though. And it ends up not being well. But we shall see. There are some cars around us with penalties. Ricciardo's got a penalty. Albon looking faster. 60 and 58. See, that's not much better. 60's not bad.
Welcome back.
Sorry, Crofty. Every week, I apologise at least once to Crofty for skipping over him. And then I remember that it's not actually the real Crofty. And then, yeah. Wonder, why am I apologising to a computer representation of a real person? It seems a bit dumb, doesn't it? I reckon something like that as a starting point for Logan. For Alex, yikes. Again, he is well within. So first of all, oversteer needs to move considerably. I think everything else, I mean, traction again is bad, but I've moved it away from there now. We'll start with that. We'll see where we end up. Oh, there we go. Just as I say about losing chat, I lost the chat.
Radio check. Radio check.
Copy. Radio check.
It's coming and going. My PC's had a very hard summer. It's also had a very hard weekend. We've had power cuts over the weekend, and like yesterday, I think was the first time since Thursday I turned it off without the power going off. So you can kind of see why it's been struggling recently. I got so lost watching the cars going around this track over the weekend. I just did not know where they were at any time. And I've driven this track in the F1 game as well, so you'd think I would know where things were, but no, not a clue. We are watching probably the only two corners taken flat out on this track, or at least this is the only corner taken flat out on this track. Here we go then with, we're actually following Logan right now, which he's not had much screen time, so we'll give him some. Around the hairpin there of turn 3. Down this, would you call it a back straight? I guess not. I think this here would be the back straight, and it's a DRS zone as well. So there's that rear wing flying open. Coming up to the end of sector 1. There we go, purple for Logan. Only green for Alex. So Logan is going faster right now. Very interesting. Up to... is that turn 9? That might have been turn 9. It used to be the Singapore Sling. Or is that this one coming up here? That might be this one coming up here, actually. That looks like that could have been turn 9. The fact that that corner even existed in the first place, I do not know what they were thinking. Certainly wasn't safe. Great for a fan standpoint. Awful for the drivers. Imagine trying to bring in something like that now, especially with porpoising as well. Alex did beat Logan in Sector 2. There we go. Now we come up to the endless chicanes. This one here, which is quite drawn out. And then we got this one here under the grandstand. There we go. And if that wasn't enough, we got the last one here for good measure as well. I feel like this should have been left as a straight, but again, it's to do with... Because I was going to say we could use it as a DRS straight, but then it's a case of where do you put the braking point. Because it's nice to have that last corner as flat out. Good afternoon, Levi. Welcome, welcome. We've moved the stream forward a day today. Basically, our video schedule was a little bit... it had a bit of a blip this morning, shall we say. So we thought we'd bring the stream forward instead, so there was something going out on the channel today. Stand by for that video either tomorrow or Thursday. I don't really know much about that right now, but it will be coming at some point in the near future. Right, I can speed up time now. So Albon, a long way off the pace. 3.7 right now. We are slow. We are slow. Even if we fully developed our car between now and the end of the season, we are slow.
Verstappen has stopped.
Oh, Verstappen stopped. What happened there?
Yellow ahead.
Copy, copy.
He has stopped. He's there.
Virtual safe.
Wonder what happened. VSC. Is he actually out? He is out. Well, again, you know the rules, peeps.
Now here we see Max Verstappen.
So he came off the bridge. Oh, he, yeah. Instead of sending it up the inside of Gasly in a totally not suspicious way at all, he just crashed. They're all sat there shaking their heads. So this is P3 of Singapore right now. We haven't got to the race itself yet, but already I'm slightly nervous about how we'd fare. I was about to ask why these times are so slow, but of course it's a VST, isn't it? So they would have come out the pits just in time for a VSC. Now we're going to start tumbling down the order again. There we go. And there we go. So we are getting quicker as the fuel's burning. Hopefully soon we can switch on to the softs as well and just start racking up lap times. Get our first lot of feedback soon. There we go. Of course, we swapped our engineers around last week, so Albon now has...
Car feels okay.
Is it Cronin? Yeah.
Copy that.
And Sargent's got Mitchell. So Albon now comes back a little bit quicker. 67. So it has gone up. It has gone up. Braking stability is still bad. And... actually, it's not traction, it's straights that are bad. So let's amend that, because I might be able to do it just by tweaking the wings here. If I was to try something like that, it keeps most of this stuff where it needs to be, but it moves this one significantly. And then if I do a little bit of a blip here, just to get braking stability over as well, that might do it. That might be enough. And hopefully, Logan comes back with good news as well. He says the car feels pretty good, but that's a pretty stock thing for the game to say. 69, so it's still not great. And again, it's braking stability, which I reckon... This is going to be a nightmare, because whatever I do to the wings is going to... So I'm not going to touch the wings. How about that? If I don't touch the wings, instead if I look at... Again, that does actually send it off. Traction. Miles away from where it needs to be. I can fiddle with this and then maybe use some... Nope. Try again. If I use the toe... There we go. That brings it back. And then maybe if I tweak this a little bit. So cornering was optimal. Now this is moved a lot, but everything else is pretty much where it was, which should be perfect, right? Again, sometimes the minigame is fun when you haven't got much to tweak, but when there's a few things that are off, it is a bit of a pain in the backside. Now our cars are out of sync because Albon's out on track and Logan isn't. There we go. Alrighty. Albon's locked up. It's a VSC again. Oh, Albon's out. Well, that's annoying. Alex, why would you do that to me?
Here's the moments involving Albon.
So he basically did what happened in the race. He locked up, went straight on.
Dear me, they won't have been expecting that.
That's a new front wing, isn't it? That's a new front
The
wing.
team are really disappointed.
Do we have a new front wing? Oh, that's really annoying. Of all the places, Alex. Of all the places.
We need to retire the car.
Okay.
That could be significant damage. That could be significant. Ah, so annoying. Come on, Alex. You are better than that. Logan right now not really getting faster, which worries me about his setup a little bit as well. He's not getting faster at all. I know he's overweight right now with the extra fuel. So the question is, has he got enough time to complete the required number of laps? This is one of the reasons why we ran out of time on Sunday, was the rain. So they were doing 2-minute lap times at the start, and it's a, was it 61 lap race? So on that logic alone, it would take 2 hours and 2 minutes to do the whole race, and you only have 2 hours once the race starts to get it finished. There's a 2-hour window that takes place over a 3-hour window. It gets a little bit complicated. But the main thing is we ran out of time. And had we started on 2-minute lap times and then came down to, I think it was 151s, maybe 149s when we finished, that would have been fine. But then we had so many safety cars as well.
How does it feel?
That we just ran out of time. Again, Logan's saying it feels pretty good, but I don't believe him. Where is he? He's miles away. Now he's coming in. Yeah, I don't know if I believe him. He's got a long way to go. There we go. Into the garage, and 77, which is not the worst. I think I'm inclined to leave that and just stick him out on some softs and let him rack up some laps. So I think if we go for 4 laps, we might have enough time. Well, I didn't really account for the fact that there's an outlap involved in that as well. It's fine. It's fine. Right, so something new I want to try this week. There we go. Taking screenshots. Hopefully that hasn't interrupted the stream or anything. Get rid of the... There we go. And then... Getting some higher quality screenshots because I'm a bit fed up of them looking really grainy afterwards. We can just fast forward now. Don't need to worry. Checker flag is out. I'm pretty sure he's not going to finish his lap now. But if you look at his time there, the tyres are making a big difference in practice. He was only 1.7 off the pace, and he actually finished pretty high up there. He was, what, 14th? That's not bad. And Alex would have been up there too had he not decided to shunt it. Yeah. That's not bad. It's not bad. We didn't quite get there with Alex, obviously, so his performance isn't as good. But I'm still feeling pretty confident going into quali. We're going to leave Alex's car as is for quali. That's all fine. Actually, I am going to check his parts. So yeah, does he need a new front wing? Has he already been fitted? He might have already been auto-fitted with a new front wing. I think everything else... We're running low on these. new chassis just in case. Because if we crash during the race again, like at Zandvoort, that's not good. Side pods, we're fine. Underfloor, yep, all good. And then suspension, which would have also taken a whacking. Yeah, just the engine, the ERS, and the gearbox, which is a shame I can't swap them over between the two cars. But, I mean, we'll give you a dud car for this weekend, Alex, and see what you can do with it, I suppose. It does say you're ready. Alrighty. Manage. Nearly simmed it then. That wouldn't have gone well. Again, in Singapore, it helps to go out early.
Dropping radio check.
Just in case the rain comes in. Here we go then. So up to turn 1. There's no point whatsoever watching that thing because we never do manual control. We always do auto. I've seen people asking what the difference is between auto and manual. I don't really know why you would want to switch to manual in that scenario. Auto works perfectly well. I guess it's just if you want that extra element of driver control. Bit too much micromanagement, in my opinion, though. Coming up here to, I think this is turn 5 or 6. And then this would be 7. And then 8. And that does make sense, because then the Singapore sling is down here at 9. Yeah, that makes sense. And then 10 and 11. Across the bridge here, 12 and 13. Up to the end here in turn 14. Again, does that kink halfway down the DRS straight there count as a turn? I don't know. 15, 16, and then that makes this 17, which apparently is where Crashgate happened all those years ago. And then 18, 19, 20, 21. So there's 23 corners. I think that sounds about right. There we go, first and second. 139.2. Sergeant going faster. And then, yeah, 137.7. There's always a car immediately after us to rain on our parade. Look how much faster Verstappen is as well. Man, that's depressing. New softs. I feel like doing 2 flying laps. And then include a cooldown lap for Logan. For Alex, I think I'm just going to send him out on new softs and that's it. So now it's about waiting for the track to quieten down, but not waiting so long that we completely obliterate our chance of actually getting a lap in. Right now, Logan is... Actually, is it? Okay. I was about to say 13th, and I was about to get excited, but nope. We could potentially catch Vettel still. It's getting quiet now, so I'm going to send out both of them. So the plan here is Logan's going to lead the duo, and then as he finishes his lap... Wow. Okay, he did get through, but it's a yellow sector. Oh, get out the way. Is that Bottas? No, that's Show. Yeah, that's Show. And that's Albon, actually. That's not Logan. So Logan got past. Now Albon's got past. So yeah, the plan is... Logan was supposed to punch a hole in the air for Albon. That's not worked now. And then Logan was going to go out and do his second lap by himself. But Alex is going to hold up all the cars behind, so there's a bit of an advantage involved, I suppose. Also, Logan is going to do a cooldown lap between, so he's going to hold up cars on their flying lap too. Revenge is a dish best served on the streets of Singapore, as it turns out. Yeah, Albon not improved there, and I don't think he's got time to come round. He hasn't got the fuel anyway. It's not like F1 22 where you can just decide you're doing a second lap. Logan right now, then he's going to do his cooldown lap, and then he's going to go again. He's weaving. There's Alex in the background as well. Now we are going to have a problem again, actually. If once he's finished his cooldown lap here, all the cars in front of him, well, there are cars in front of him that, or cars behind him, sorry, that are currently on flying laps. They're going to go past, and then they're going to be on cooldown laps when he's trying to do his flying lap again, and that's if he can even get round to the line in time, which he's not going to do. What's happened here then, everyone, is we've blundered again. So we're starting last and last. At this point then, if we're starting last, do I take the hit and just give Albon an upgraded car? The temptation is there to give him new engine and things like that. It is there. We missed out by one... What's that? That's 6/10. 6.5 tenths we missed out by. Which isn't that far off. Like, we're miles off the top, but we're not that far off Q2 now.
It's time for the final.
Alrighty, let's get ready to transition over without the camera. There we are. Okay, so yeah, in terms of... oh, we got him up to 70. That's close. That is close. I'm really tempted maybe to switch back to this engine. It's in better condition. His engine's now up to 69. His ERS, again, this one's better. And then the gearbox. I think the gearbox, this is still the best one we've got, so there's no point changing that. Fuel-wise, we're going to overfuel the car again, because why not? And then driving options. So yeah, we need to do the strategy now as well, don't we? So I think for Logan, we could do medium soft. We could do hard soft. I'm inclined to go for hard soft. Or just go for a two-stopper. So let's say... So right now that works as a strategy. Now let's pump this up and then let's pump that up. Already you can see where we're going with this. But if I was to do this, switch back to soft here, switch that one to hard, move this one back to somewhere like that. And let's say we push that one and we push that one. And we could probably even push that one. And we go for a two-stopper. And hope it doesn't rain. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do... just do that. There isn't any rain forecast. But that doesn't mean there isn't going to be any at all. But I like that as a strategy for Logan. I think our hopes right now do tend to lie with Logan in this race. And I think for Alex, we could risk a one-stopper. But I am going to edit this so that he pits earlier. If we go mediums to like 35 and then softs for the rest, and we don't take any risk there, that could work. When do you come in? You come in 12 and 47. So yeah, that's fine. I like this. This should work. If we go over the top there, and then for you, you're going to be full on tyres, that and that. Albon, you're just going to be extra fuel and deploy. Alright. Let's try it.
It's a cloudy night tonight.
Here we go then.
We're just moments away from the
2,
Singapore Grand Prix.
3 lights, transition, and
It's lights out.
let's go
and
racing.
Away we go.
Gonna ride on board Albon for the That sounded really wrong. Going to ride aboard with Albon for the opening couple of laps. Sargent's just spun. Has he crashed? I don't know what's happened here.
Was that a crash? Multiple cars.
He hit a McLaren, I think.
Take a look now. Daniel Ricciardo involved.
There's Logan. Is it Ricciardo? It is Ricciardo. And they have crashed. Please tell me Logan's not out. Logan's not out, but he has got a penalty. 5-second penalty. That's not going to go well with the old pit stops. But he has got Albon 2 places up the grid. So, swings and roundabouts. Maybe now we put all of our hopes into Alex. I love how everyone ground to a halt in front of us as well, despite the fact the crash happened behind. Very realistic. I'm doing thumbs up to the camera, you can't see me. Very realistic. Anyway, opening lap. Here we are. We're fine. Logan needs to have some good pit stops now. He's going to push his tyres anyway, so that's fine. We might be able to make up some places purely on that alone. Whee! Easy, Alex. We want to beat Stroll. We don't want to crash into him. Okie dokie. There we go. Around the corner there. If we could get a jump on him. But what's everyone else's tyre strategy? That's a question. Oh, again, got very close there. So it's only us, Norris and... well, us. By us, I mean Albon. Norris and Magnussen, who are on mediums. Logan is going to have to stop early now. I'm going to turn that down. Because he has spun and wrecked his tyres, which is annoying. So he might have to go on to... In fact, he's due to go on to hards. So we might have to... Oh, man, that's actually really messed up his race. That is quite frustrating. Alex needs to put his foot down and start making up some places now. Because he is our only hope. Ricciardo didn't pit there. Yeah, there's no point bringing Sargent in now. Anyway, yeah, strategy is going to be interesting. That's what I was trying to say. Logan can't get past Ricciardo. This is a difficult track to overtake on, Singapore. Very, very tricky one. Because it is a lot of braking zones for really tight corners and there isn't much room to manoeuvre. With DRS it is slightly different. Okay, Alex just drove through the wall there. But he seems to be out on track still, so I guess that's something in this game. Cool. Let's speed up to the good bit, shall we? Still not quite getting a look in. We are getting very close around these corners though, and we do need to get past Stroll because he's a second behind Yuki now. He's a second behind Seb. We're alongside. We're really trying to get it done. Just as the old ERS runs out. Time and place and all that. There's a bit of recharge. So he'll deploy it as and when now. We might have to hold tight for a bit on the old overtakes. Someone's crashed.
Yes.
Who was that? Wait,
Yellow
was that
flag
Vettel?
15, yellow 15.
That was Vettel.
Yeah, okay.
Do we see what happened?
There's been a crash.
We did.
Let's see what happened there.
Let's go.
Let's have a look here. This
Hope
was
Seb's
Aston
okay, obviously,
Martin.
but that does us the world of good.
They've lost
Ooh.
control, and there's
Yeah,
the
he
crash.
did what Verstappen actually did in practice. It's going to be like Spa, where we get everyone crash on the same corner. So Logan is up a place now. Yeah, Vettel's had to pit as well, so that's messed up Aston Martin's race, at least. Albon is toing and froing with Stroll. Come on, Alex. Come on, Alex. Don't crash into him. Just
Aston Martin with a
get him on the
great
corners.
play there. They've moved up a place.
he's pushing. He is pushing. Also, don't forget Stroll has to stop soon. I'll say soon. Probably going to be quite deep into the race in comparison. They might all be on one stoppers though, that's the thing. It's just a question of is it medium to softs or is it softs to mediums. The fact that we can go all the way on a pair of softs and a pair of mediums. Pair? There's 4 of them. On a set of softs and a set of mediums. Tells you what you need to know really about the track here. Logan's run wide now. Albon is past Stroll. In fact, he's challenging Ricciardo.
Let's take a closer look. Now we see the Williams here.
Oh, that's not too bad from Logan there. That's basically turn 1. It's what everyone does. Here comes Alex, supercharged. He's got DRS and he's got extra engine, extra fuel, so he can really push. Nice stuff. And now he's coming up to Yuki. There is a gap between Yuki and Mick, so I'm going to have to watch his fuel usage at that point. But right now, looking pretty good. When's Logan's stop point? He comes in on lap 17. We're currently on lap 7 and he's down to 44, so we might have to tell him to conserve.
McLaren gain a position.
Yeah, I still feel like things have gone horribly wrong for Logan. Ricciardo's jumped up again. Don't know how that's happened. We should be in the slipstream here. So I don't know why we're not getting the excess fuel either. Same with Logan. Yeah, we are right up in the slipstream. So this should now return to somewhat normal. Again, I'll keep an eye on that. Don't want to run out of fuel. That'd be embarrassing. Albon is keeping tabs on Ricciardo and Tsunoda at least. In fact, Tsunoda and Ricciardo are proper toing and froing right now. Oh, the entertainment values of this. It's amazing. How are Ricciardo's tyres looking? Because he's going to have to come in soon, isn't he? Down to 40. Mind you, Logan's are down to 32. So I think we'll have to pit Logan early. God, that was close. We'll have to pit Logan early and then not run him as hard on the hards. He has to serve his penalty still as well, of course. See, I think now... What other damage have you got? Is it just the... You got some aero damage too. Suspension, okay. So yeah, we're going to pit Logan now for hards. We're not going to change anything else. But when you come out, we are going to tell you to go easy on your tyres. That's fine. Cool. In comes Logan then, any second now. There are other cars pitting. These must be all the soft runners. Maybe they are on 2 stops. So if we can keep Albon out on a 1-stopper, that might not be a bad thing. There's Logan coming out. We're going to have to tell him to go easy on fuel. I will tell Albon to go easy on fuel for a bit as well.
Lift and coast will help.
Okie dokie.
Yes.
Back to it. So Albon now is racing Hamilton in front, Bottas behind. I mean, Bottas is closer, let's be honest. There is some toing and froing here as well, though, so... In fact, yeah, Ricciardo is within reach now, and there they come. Ricciardo is now pitted, Tsunoda's pitted, Alex is up to 11th. Is there anyone else yet who hasn't pitted? Leclerc, Ocon, and that's it. There goes Bottas.
Oh.
Okay, don't worry, Alex. Keep pushing.
A position gained for Alfa Romeo.
So, do you reckon... I mean, there are some on hards, so they're probably going to go to the end. In fact, they're definitely going to go to the end. Now Bond's switching to softs, so he will be fast when he comes out. Faster. I don't want to get carried away. I'm not worried, though. Not just yet. Just need to make sure we got enough fuel to actually finish the race. That would be nice. Yeah, I'll keep an eye on Logan's tyres too. Logan's still ahead of Seb. It's all good. It's all good. We're about a third of the way through the race now. Albon's still 11th. He's got a bit of a gap to Ocon. It is closing. And there's a gap that's building between him and Bottas. Sargent is losing ground on Stroll. And Vettel is right up behind him now. So I think Logan's race might be done. He's got suspension damage as well, of course.
That's a good overtake from Alpine.
Question is, at what point? Ocon's now passed. At what point do we start harvesting for Albon to then tell him to push? So he's coming in on 35. We're currently on 27. So maybe now we harvest for a couple of laps. There goes Zhou. Got Gasly next.
Alfa Romeo just moved up a place.
Gasly's now passed.
That's a position gained for Alpha Tauri.
Again, I think it's just we are slow. That's just where we're at now.
Got loads of energy.
Okay, copy.
So there's lap 30. Now 31. Verstappen is about to lap Logan.
New position just gained by
Although
Williams.
Logan has got past Seb again. There's a huge gap between Logan and Stroll. And then there's another huge gap between Stroll and Yuki. And then there's another huge gap between Yuki and Mick. So I think Logan is about done in this one now. Vettel has to stop again. Ideally, Logan could go to the end on these tyres. If you look at his current usage, we could just switch to a one-stopper. Let's have a look. So if I remove that stint, change that to, yeah, he can actually go to the end. So let's do that. Let's do that. The hards might not be as quick, but that could work well. How are we doing for tyres for you? To be honest, I might go a little bit longer with Albon if he's got the tyres.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
Okay, we're getting fuel warnings for Logan. Alex is a little close to the wind as well, but his is recovering. Maybe I'll tell them to conserve for a lap or two.
Some lift and coast will help that.
Got it.
What we need
Looks
right
like
now is a
Aston
safety
Martin
car.
Have just gained a race position.
So we're switching to softs now for Albon.
Okay, box.
Yeah, safety car would be
Okay,
great.
boss.
Or even weather change would be great. Here comes Albon. He comes out ahead of Seb. Just behind Stroll. And he's got excess fuel now.
You can stop
Logan's
lift and coast.
almost recovered.
Yep, copy.
Okay. Crash on track. There we go. Who is it? Who is it? Not one of ours, I hope. Doesn't look to be. So we'll
Yellow
keep that
flag.
for a little bit longer. Yellow flag right now.
Yep, copy.
Russell
Here's the
crashed on
replay.
turn 10.
Now let's
Doesn't
at
look like a
this.
safety
George
car.
Russell.
And that's him. Was he lapping us then?
And that's an off. And a big off.
If he can carry on from that, I've got questions. That's a full suspension snap, in my opinion. Yeah, apparently he's fine. Onwards and upwards. Right, Logan can switch back to balance there now. Does Logan need to charge? I don't think Logan needs to charge. Don't think there's any point. Albon is starting to gain on Yuki, and I don't know how. Because we're not pushing on any of these right now. It could just be the tyres. The fact that he's on softs. What's Yuki on? Yeah, Yuki's on mediums. And actually, not just on mediums. He's on mediums that may need to be changed again before the end of the race. So all those who switch to hards, I think, are going to the end. Those on mediums may need to stop again. Lando especially needs to stop again. Magnussen needs to stop, but they haven't stopped yet at all. I did actually say about pushing Albon for longer in this race. Maybe I should have done that. I kind of panicked a little bit. We could have got another 2 laps out of him, I think, on those tyres. But we're bang on track for the tyre usage now. And like I said, he's gaining on Yuki quite considerably, so maybe it's not all bad. What tyres is Mick on? So the next soft runners are Lando and Magnussen, and if we could catch them, that's a good race for us. That is a good race for us, and we are starting to get some excess fuel again, and we are also able to deploy for a little bit. That's a lapped car. That's probably Leclerc.
So use energy if you need it.
Yeah. So now we've got
Yes.
a slipstream. I mean, you don't have to unlap yourself if you don't want to, Alex. Just keep the slipstream. I mean, he's trying it. He is trying it. He backed out a little bit there. I mean, we could just ride the DRS train for a few laps and use that to try and catch Yuki. Not bad, actually. This is starting to turn around again. We've closed like 13 seconds on Yuki, and there we go. We've just shot past him. Good stuff. Yuki surely has to stop again. There's 11 laps left.
We need to charge ERS.
Oh, crud. Yeah, now we need to charge ERS. This might be where Yuki gets us back. So again, Ricciardo, Tsunoda, Vettel definitely has to stop again. At the top end here, these two will probably try and risk it. They could just be on one stoppers. I might have just misjudged that. I think you can go back to neutral now. Yuki, I don't think is going to get past us now. And we are starting to catch Schumacher now. 10 laps to go. Gotta watch our fuel. You're fine.
Okay, so just lift and coast.
Copy.
Okay. Things are happening. Slowly but surely, things are happening.
No DRS.
Safety car. That looked like Leclerc. That looked like a Ferrari to me. It was Leclerc. Okay. Do we pit under the safety car? I want to say no. I haven't got chat helping me out this time around, but I'm going to say no. I think we conserve everything, we charge up, and then we can push on tyres and fuel afterwards. That's what my thinking is. But it very much depends on where the safety car is and how bunched up we actually get. Now, we've caught the safety car. Have we caught them in a good position? We're right behind Mick, and all the leaders are going to be behind us. So we're effectively being lapped here again. Once we go racing again. So I think that's Perez. There's a Mercedes. That might be Hamilton. And then Perez is right there. So there's Yuki.
Okay, energy's good.
Yeah, copy.
Not the most ideal scenario here now, and there aren't that many laps left. So hopefully we don't end under a safety car. Right, safety car ends this lap, and we've got tyres that we can burn, we've got fuel that we can burn, and we've got full deploy available. Whereabouts are you? I think you could just go back to standard, but you can push. And again, you've got deploy.
Push a bit more.
We might be able to make up some places here. But you can see from Mick, it's 2 minutes 33 round to Ricciardo. So we might be able to make up one place here on the restart, and that's it. Which is a little frustrating, but what can you do?
There is no overtaking until the control line.
There goes the safety car. We actually saw it drive into the pit lane as well. That's rare. And we're racing.
5 more laps. 5 more laps.
Okay, lap cars coming through, was that? I don't actually know what happened there. We seem to just pull aside and let the Mercedes come through. That's an Aston Martin right next to us, which I feel like was Vettel. Now we're getting blue flags for Hamilton and Perez. And it's getting a little bit messy here now as to what's going on. And there goes Russell as well, who I also think should have DNF'd from this race, but never mind. And there's Sainz. And there's Alonso. Now we're just kind of getting left behind by the blue flags. And Mick. With 3 laps to go because of all the blue flags. But we have got a lovely slipstream down here, and we will get DRS on the last lap. In fact, that's Mick. That's Mick right there. Awesome. Who's behind us?
This is good. Come on.
I think that's Vettel. So we might be able to get that place back. And then it's 8.6 to Ricciardo, which I think is too much, especially if he's on softs. Which he's not. He's on very old mediums. Okay, we might still be able to get something done here. I don't think we're going to make up 8.5 seconds in 2 laps, mind. But what a story if we did.
So we're happy to let these tyres cool a bit.
Okay.
Here we go. Now we're properly racing.
4 more laps. 4 more laps.
It says 4 more laps there. I don't know if I believe that. I think it's 3. Although the leaders are on lap 59. So yeah, we're on lap 58 right now. So it is technically 4 more laps for us. Come on, let's get past Mick and then we can worry about the rest. Tyre-wise, we're not looking too bad. I think we could burn some more with Logan. Fuel-wise, you're fine. ERS-wise, I think you're fine. Logan is up to 18th again.
That's it.
He's not far off 17th. Albon's trying to unlap himself as well. He is actually gaining on Ricciardo, who's right there, because he's getting blue flags now as well. And Ricciardo's not as far behind Gasly as he was. That's Gasly in front of us, though. This is where it gets really weird. So we're behind Ricciardo in terms of the race. And in fact, we've just overtaken Ricciardo. Now, Gasly is the next car in front of us in both the race and also in terms of lapping ourselves. But Gasly has done 1 lap more than us. So we have to overtake him twice to go up to 12th.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
That's where things get a little confusing. But it is cool that he is right there.
This is good.
So as long as no one else comes
DRS will
past
be
us
active.
now, we will finish 13th, which is a pretty good finish,
We have low battery.
all things considered. We will have to watch out
Yes.
that our ERS
more
doesn't
laps, 3
completely
more
hit
laps.
the floor.
Yes.
Up to 25 there already. I mean, if we started unlapping ourselves, that'd be cool. We're not going to make up a minute 43 in 2 laps, though. That's come and gone, that opportunity. But so long as we keep Gasly in front of us here, we get a lovely slipstream, which means we can pull away from Ricciardo, whose tyres are basically dead. Sargent's got past Yuki as well now, so he's pushing. If you'd have offered me 13th at the start of this race, I would have taken it. So I can't complain now. The one stopper did technically work, but I was hoping for a safety car a little bit earlier in the race. If we could have pitted under the safety car with Albon as well, that would have been excellent. I think I'm starting to understand how this game works now.
Doing a good job. Keep pushing.
There we go. Logan almost got past Stroll. And if he gets past Stroll, Mick's right there. And then if he gets past Mick, Ricciardo's right there. Nearly. Nearly. Again, remember, this is Albon trying to unlap himself from Gasly right now. Max is on his last lap. So this is going to be our last lap of the race. Oh yeah, this is... Using Williams is playing on hard mode. I've said that every week now, and I definitely mean it. But it is so satisfying when you pull off that result. Like the podium in Canada, that's still going to be the highlight of Season 1 for sure. Getting that done. With a lot of help from the chat, but getting that done was still a defining moment. It's all about strategy. It's like chess. You don't necessarily have to be the best. If you've got a good strategy on the day, you will win. Now, there's 3 cars here going head to head in front of us. All we've got to do is ride their coattails. Can we tell Logan to push at all with the tyres? Yes, we can. I think for ERS, we will leave that for now. It's about as fully charged as you can get. And we've both got a lot of usage still on this lap. So I don't want to push and run out of ERS. Because that would be embarrassing. Particularly when Tsunoda is still right behind Logan. Albon, he's got a second gap to think about things. That safety car, it helps us with the fuel. It's a shame it didn't come just that little bit sooner. That'd have been nice timing. Go on, Logan. I kind of want to watch Logan at the end here now. So that's Lance in front, yeah. We've got no ERS left. Used it all.
Over the finish line,
Max has won.
and today's winner.
So that is checkered flag, but you can keep pushing.
And there we go. 13th and 17th, which I think, all things considered, is a pretty good race. Like I said, I'd have taken that at the start, and the fact that it was Alex that got the 13th as well, despite the fact he was so underprepared for the race with the crash and everything in practice. That's gone pretty well for us. We'll get the old camera back on right now, and then we'll debrief ourselves.
This was good work.
That's right.
I mean, the garage there, that's basically what I'm doing. Yay! We didn't lose. We actually had a half-decent race. If that's not worth hitting the like button, guys, I don't know what is. And if that's not worth hitting the subscribe button, I don't know what is. Albon made up 7 places during that race. Logan made up 1. And we didn't even give Albon a new engine or anything. We gave him an old one. A refurbed one. Logan's got a development point. Alex has also got a development point. Aitken. Oh, odd one out. Gosh darn it. So yeah, there's no bonuses being paid out there, which is always good. Although again, if you're in a position where you're paying out your driver bonus, then something has probably gone well for you. So, new front wing, was that the? I think that was the emergency ones, wasn't it? So that doesn't affect us right now. I got high confidence. So yeah, Albon's contract ends. So we really need to try and get his contract renewed. We tried it last week and he wasn't exactly happy. So he's on 6 million. I don't know what I offered him last time, but I'm going to go for like 7.5. Because out of both of our drivers, he's the one that I really want to keep. His lump sum bonus, we're going to raise that to 650. There we go. And his race target bonus, excuse me, is also going to be, I'm going to say 675 for that one maybe. 675, might not, 595. Numbers. Very confusing. So there we go. So 3 seasons. Car number 2. Please. Hey! Renew contract. There we go. Albon renewed. Awesome. So now we just need to worry about who's going to sit alongside him. It's not going to be Aiken. I'll tell you that much. Front wing manufactured. So this is the brand new one, isn't it? This is the brand new one. So both cars here. Oh, it is actually done. Yeah. FW3. Sweet. Maybe I just jumped ahead of the gun there a little bit. Great race. Good. If Patrick's happy, I'm happy. And yeah, we can now move on. Do I look at drivers now then? Because we're not going to do any car stuff for a little bit. And we were scouting for replacements. And let's see. So the first F2 driver. So we've got Jack Doohan, who is a good driver. We could put him on detailed scouting. We have got the other scout out right now. I don't know who... Ah, Vettel. That's who they're looking at. I don't want to hire Seb, though, because I think he's the wrong side of 30. And I'm saying that as someone who's nearly 30 themselves. It sounds harsh, I know, but he is the wrong side. We could get Giovinazzi in and for the lols, or we could get Nico in, although again, he's the wrong side of 30. That's a temptation as well, actually, getting Nico Hulkenberg in. If you want experience on that side of things, Hulkenberg's not a bad one, and he will be cheap. And you saw there he was willing to talk to us, whereas Seb, I mean, Seb is as well, but Seb's going to be more expensive, I imagine. So I think we look at Nico. I think that'll be a good one to look at. Some more rear wings, but again, that was just to make up the difference, wasn't it? That wasn't because we were desperate for it. Cool. So yeah, Albon renewed. Japanese Grand Prix. So there's the race prep. What's it going to be now? So we are one of our drivers there was in the top 15. So that's good. Fastest lap, reach Q3. I mean, that's, again, unless it's a wet quali, that's not happening. Do we have the rear wing on both cars? We do. And we've got 3 spares, which is always nice. Ah, yeah. That is one thing I'm going to do, actually. Cars. So car 1 I'm not going to worry about. But I think Alex, I really would like to have fresh part. Maybe not for Japan. Because Japan, again, is a bit... Where were we last week? Where I said it's one long corner. Zandvoort, isn't it? Japan is kind of the same. There's only one straight line on the entire track, and that's the pit straight. And I suppose going under the bridge here. This here, there's no way that's a DRS zone because 130R is right there, and that's flat out. So, yeah. This chicane was added in as well because of coming off 130R. It used to just go around like that, and it was basically a death trap. It's a very dangerous track.
Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa to you, Crofty. Right. I'm going to take Doohan out of the car this time. Doohan? No, not yet. Take Logan out of the car this time. I'm going to put Jack in. Just because, again, I feel like this is a really good opportunity for Albon. I don't want to mess that up with his track acclimatization. Okay. I think we'll just send him out. Don't think there was anything important there that I should have done. I forgot about. Don't think so. There we go. So where are we at? Last and laster. Please have good confidence at least. 51. 36. That's a bit of a slog, but 51 isn't bad. Not for P1 anyway. That's not too bad. Alrighty. Everything. Everything, everywhere, all at once. That's what needs changing right now. So braking stability, which comes from a lot of stuff that I don't really have control over right now. Oh, there you go. That's a lot of braking stability. And then I suppose we could bring this back into whack. Like so. So everything is in the blue area now, which is nice. You're on the right setup there. Good stuff, Albon. Yeah, traction. Which we can use the wings for. We've got to move them in the right direction, of course. I mean, that does move things. Although oversteer was good. So maybe I don't want to move that. And I want to do it through this. There you go. And then a little tweak there. That keeps the great one where it was, but moves everything else. That might work well. That might work well. There's only one way to find out. It's good to see people using our guides, especially when they work. Obviously, if they don't work, we're like, ugh, not great. 67.58. So, Logan, not a huge gain there, but Alex, that's not bad.
We return for the next.
That's not bad at all. So again, hard tyres. Setup-wise then, what do we need to change? The answer is everything. Already I'm just looking at this like, how the heck? Okay. Maybe a bit more wing. Problem with there is it keeps cornering where I don't want it. Even though it's brought oversteer back where it needs to be. Let's try that, because it's moved everything else considerably. I'm actually quite happy with that. Let's hope that's what we need to do. As for Albon, we'll do the 20 laps first, and then we'll have a look at setup. So this one's traction, which we can move relatively easily. There we go. Traction and straights should be in a good spot now. Okay, let's give that a bash. Let's go.
Radio check.
Send out Logan.
Radio check.
Green
Send
light,
out Alex.
green light.
I'm going to refresh the chat quickly, just because I'm still on Singapore on my screen that I'm watching right now. Here we go then. One of only 3 tracks with a tunnel is Suzuka, and it's also the only F1 track that crosses over itself. Singapore comes close, they come towards each other, but then they turn away at the last second. This is the only F1 track that crosses over itself. But it's here, Monaco and Abu Dhabi that have tunnels. Technically, Mexico and Singapore go under grandstands as well, so you could count those. If you're pedantic, which I am, so I might count those. But otherwise, it's just the 3 that I named. The Suzuka S's, which I despise with a passion, and if that's not bad enough, you've then got to do them again at COTA, because the COTA S's are inspired by the Suzuka S's. This bit here where you kind of have to lift and coast, and then it's fully flat out, and then you've got a Zandvoort blind right-hander just here, where again, if you get that wrong, you're in the gravel. And then this really deceptively tight corner, and then it's flat out, flat out, flat out, and then you've got a Canada-esque hairpin here. Not quite as tight as Monaco, but certainly tighter than most hairpins on the calendar. Then you think you're safe down here, but if you fling out wide, there's a barrier there waiting for you. Then you've got gravel trap hell coming up here. So again, if you get this one wrong, that's gravel there on the right hand side in reality waiting for you. Now down this straight, which I think this is the MotoGP start finish line right there. It's a start finish line for something, and everyone says make it a DRS zone, but they can't, because this is 130R, which is one of the most lethal corners on the calendar as well. And then round the last couple of corners, and then across the line with the DRS wing wide open. Albon has got purple second and third sector. He has lost the first sector, but that's a 1:34.4 with Logan 2/10 slower. I didn't give Albon his new engine, did I? No, I decided... not new engine, sorry, new ERS. I decided it wasn't worth it. And already now we are tumbling, but I guarantee you... Yeah, already, actually, you saw it there. Soft, soft, soft. And these two on hards, but they're so much faster than us anyway, so... And even then, they're a second slower than Perez, who's on softs. And we're quite weighty, because they don't do 20-lap runs like we do. So it will come down. Already we're seeing green sectors. We will get stuck behind some slower drivers as well now, of course. Brief yellow flag then. Someone went off.
Oh, did someone run wide there?
Vettel running wide. Well, as long as the Astons are struggling still, I don't mind. We are now starting to catch up on the cars at the front. Only 3 seconds now between Albon and Perez. Tyre-wise, we're on a similar compound to the Astons, although Lance is on soft, saying that. It's fine. Like, we're not in a bad place right now.
What's your thoughts on coming in or doing any more?
It's okay.
I don't like that it's okay. That to me suggests it's a way off still. 71 actually isn't too bad. And everything's good. So where do we move it? It's oversteer, really, that has to move. Can we do that from wings? We can. If we could do that from all the wings. That there does not look bad. And if we can just twiddle that as well. Bit of toe? No. I can give it a fraction of toe anyway, just for the lols as well. I don't see why that wouldn't be good. We're basically bang in the middle of all of these. This one we're not so much. And we've brought it back into the middle here too. So that should be good, right? I haven't got as much chat guidance as I normally do. So
What do you think?
I'm kind of winging it right now. Logan's happy. Logan's happy. That makes me think we might have got that one right too. Mind you, again, could just be a stock line that he says, and actually, you know, the wheel's hanging off and he'll still... 76. Actually, no, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. And it's just straights. And that's fixed that. That has fixed that. So again, if we stick him out on 20 laps, same tyres and everything. Off you go, Logan. And off goes Alex. Come on. If I get a really good setup here, this sets us up really nicely for the race. We can just stick on some softs. We can look at our actual lap times. Be perfect. Just less than half an hour to go in the session. Obviously they're not going to set faster times yet because they're bogged down with fuel. They are getting feedback slowly but surely. All we can do at this point is just sit here in time 16 and wait. It does seem sad. Like, Suzuka is one of the fastest tracks for the most part. And yet, there's only one DRS zone. I just feel like it could do with a second one. And again, I know where I'd put it, but you can't get rid of 130R. It's an iconic corner. Straighten out the S's. That's why I say have 2 DRS zones, one after the other. That'll upset the F1 purists, I'm sure. Either that or maybe this section here. You could turn it into a... It's Jeddah, isn't it? That has a DRS zone on a corner. I know who's crashed. Someone binned it. Doesn't appear to be one of ours. Sonoda. I'll give it a watch. We're a little ahead of schedule right now.
The focus on Sonoda.
Home race. Yuki.
Clearly,
Oh dear.
something went very, very
That should
wrong
be a
there.
reverse out the wall, carry on. Oh, I've just remembered Albon's crash in Singapore. He bedded his front wing into the wall, didn't he? The two marshals, like proper, trying to like crowbar it out from under the barrier. Come on, give me good news. It says pretty good. That's better than before. He's coming in. This is it.
How's the balance?
Logan as well. This is it. This is what we trained for. Come on, be good. Be good. And then all we got to do is swap tyres. Be good to me, game. Be good to me. Here he comes. And... wow.
Going down the
I
pit
could not have got that more wrong.
Copy.
Wow. Well, we have a better idea now as to where to take it, but I cannot believe that it was that bad. Was it this way, maybe? Well, we haven't got a huge amount of time left. So I'm just going to stick him on softs now. Send him out for the remainder of the session. Wow, that's really taken the wind out of my sails. Logan, though, 81. How did I get it that wrong? My days, that's really bad. But we're going to get an idea as to how fast Logan is compared to everyone else. Whew, it's dreadful. There goes Logan. Even on his outlap, he was setting green sectors. That's how much faster they are on soft tyres. Yeah, look, Logan's jumped straight up already, and he's not far behind the Hasses.
That sounds like someone's gone wide there.
Look at Alex, 15th. Not far behind Joe.
Okay, and all the way to 0. All the way to 0.
Okay, we'll have a look at his setup. Alex's. I think we might leave him like this for quali. If he's setting those kind of lap times, that's not the worst. There are some penalties ahead, so you never know. We don't know his setup confidence, but I'm going to assume it's not bad. I'm going to assume. So for this, I'm not going to change a thing. I'm going to turn that off, and I'm not going to mess around with cooldown laps and like 2 flying laps this time. I'm going to take this seriously. We're going to go into it with some confidence. I don't know how much. Some. Right now, Alex is 3/10 quicker than Logan, and that's all I need to know.
Radio
Send out Logan. There's a Ferrari coming out
Copy,
early
radio
as well. Sorry, McLaren. Don't know where I got. It looked like red. Okay, it looked like red. It looked red. Yeah, it's Ricardo. You know, the orange Ferrari. Let's get the sector times up. There we go. And then we'll watch Albon on this lap. So he's got Logan ahead, punching a hole. He's also got Ricardo ahead, punching a hole. So we've got twice the punch. Not bad, round turn 1 there. To the S's. Gizzy in 6th. Maybe I need to do this in 6th. I'm so slow through the S's. Honestly, so slow. Up to the blind corner, that's absolutely atrocious. There we go. Round the corner here. Not bad. Up to the hairpin. Nice and tight round there. Good stuff. So we're not getting purple sectors right now because Ricardo did go out ahead of us. Don't know if this is part of the update last week or not, but the AI does seem to go out a little bit earlier now, which is kind of interesting. Ricardo is pulling away from Logan. Let's see what Ricardo's time is. Ricardo does a 1:29.5. Logan with a 1:20 or 1:37. And Albon's slower. Interesting. That tells me it could be the car parts not being up to scratch, of course. But I reckon, let's put Logan on a new set of softs. I'm going to put Alex. I might keep Alex on the same tyres, actually. But I think I'm going to send Alex out mid-session for a second run.
We've just had a car run wide.
I'm going to send him out now. There he goes. I'm not going to send Logan out. I'm going to leave Logan till the end. But I think Alex needs another run. Just to see if he can actually go faster or not. He's not so far. Nor there. Nor there. That makes me a little bit nervous. I should have enough time to let's see here, if I send Logan out now. I should have enough time quickly to switch to a new set of softs. And then send Alex out too. Maybe I should have sent them out more in sync. Never mind. Please don't all come crawling out in front. Oh, they're all going to come crawling out in front. Oh, it's all gone wrong. Logan might be alright. If they get out of the way. That Alpha Tower is not getting out of the way. That's going to be a yellow sector. It's almost a red sector. That's so slow. There we go. Yeah. It's all gone wrong. Once again. And Albon struggling. Can't get past either. It's a yellow first sector. Even if the other two sectors are green from now, you're not recovering from this. I set again. It must be to do with the update because I set them out around the right time compared to previous weeks, and yet they're so far off the pace now. So they're just getting held up by traffic. Once they do eventually get out of the way, it's usually too little too late. There's the yellow second sector, and that's, yeah, Logan's goofed. And that's the end of quali. 18th and 19th. Ugh.
Who's running
Disgusting.
wide
Not good. Not good. Okay. Let's pretend that was a really good quali, and we're not 19th and 20th. And we're going into this race with excellent confidence.
there? Tension continues.
What do we do with the strategy? First of all, there is something somewhere actually that tells you about the... So it's a balanced circuit, we don't need to worry about that. There's something, I think it says about like the track surface. Whether it's an abrasive track or not. There, yeah. Track abrasiveness, medium. So that tells you how likely you are to burn through your tyres. So we could possibly go with one-stoppers, which is what it's suggesting. But I think we do an inverse of this. I think we do medium soft. But then, excuse me, the two-stopper does allow us to push. So if we went soft, medium, let's say we really threw these tyres around. and then slapped on another set of softs. Yeah, I think we'll have to go easy on the softs. And then we can thrash the mediums and gain some pace from that. And then switch back to the softs. That, I think, could be a viable strategy. But I don't think I'm going to do it for Logan. I think for Logan, I could just go with the medium soft idea. And we put Logan on a one-stopper. Kind of like an inverse. Oh, wow, that actually doesn't work at all. Hard soft? That doesn't work either. Okay. So, you're recommending... We could do a soft medium. In that case, then why not just start on the medium? And go medium soft. I think I would prefer that. And then if we switch this so that we can push on that tyre and maybe even push on that tyre and then go calm in the middle. That's not a bad idea. So I think that's Logan's strategy. Sorted. So we just about come in before his tyres give up pretty much both times and then we can push again at the end. For Alex, I think we go soft, medium, soft. Let's push these right out first. So here we could go soft, medium, soft. Push that one up too. And then go like that. And again, we're just cutting it fine on all three compounds. But I think that works. Cool. Fuel-wise then, we're going to lock in excess fuel. There's a 50% chance of a safety car. Wow, I didn't think we were popular enough today to bring the bots in, but there we go. There we go. So yeah, driving options. What are we doing with these tyres? Are we pushing these tyres? Yeah. So we are pushing these tyres. We're obviously pushing the fuel and we are going full deploy. Albon, we are also pushing. So overfuel the car. Push, push, and push. Wow, you got a 1-2 in the drivers. Impressive. With McLaren as well. Very impressive. Okay, I like this. Logan's going to be pretty slow off the start. That doesn't make sense. Pretty slow off the start. Albon, on the other hand, is going to be a lot quicker. They are both pushing. And we could always adjust this if necessary to push Logan longer. And if there is a safety car, we'll have to adjust accordingly, of course. But I think 81% confidence in both cars. The parts themselves aren't great, but I think we're in a good position. So I'm going to transfer the camera off now.
Get ready. It's
Let's
the
go.
Japanese Grand Prix.
4, 5 red lights,
It's
and
lights
away.
Out, and away we go.
So we're on max deploy as well for ERS. Medium hard one stop possible. It could well be. The thing I'm nervous about though is the difference in tyre compounds now. Going for a one stopper when everyone else goes for a 2 could work well, but last race, Singapore, very few cars actually went on a 2-stopper and it did end up costing us a little bit. I think we could have finished higher were it not for that. Just noticed Leclerc is behind us as well. Also, Logan is battling with Alex, which I don't like. Kind of want to release Albon. There we go. Oh, that's gone horribly wrong in that Bottas got through. And that is the risk you take when you play that game. But we got fuel to burn, so there we go. Get back there, Valtteri.
That's it.
We are looking good on the straights. We do have a lot of power and we are quite slippy.
And a new position.
So down here
Just
as well
gained
should
by
be
Williams.
pretty good for us. If we can ride that slipstream of Sonoda. I suppose, Juna, if there's a safety car and Logan's still got pretty decent mediums left, we could switch then to a one-stopper. And stick him on the hards then. Right, lap 2. How about not really closing the gap here to Stroll? Very slowly. We'll see how he pushes the tyres here through the S's. Not bad, actually. Not bad. I think he is closing the gap. If we can get him before the hairpin, that would be nice. And then we can move on to Vettel. There is a gap now between Sonoda and Magnussen. Which, again, I'm a little nervous about. Because that's ideally the gap we want to be closing ourselves. Come on, send it up the inside, Alex. Send it up the inside. Or go around the outside. Oh, he's locked up. Never mind. We'll take that. I don't think he's crashed. I think he's just locked up and gone wide. Let's put Logan through as well.
I think there's been a lock-up.
I'm liking the update, yeah. I am liking it. Like, sort of pit strategies and things like that. This is what I used to do in Motorsport Manager and used to do well. The actual car setup is something I do struggle with still, but the pit strategy is something that I think, I'd like to think I'm better at. So yeah, I'm really liking it. And I do kind of like the fact as well that it silenced a lot of the people that were moaning about the game. Because they've got less to complain about now, of course. Why are we going so slow up to the chicane there? That's weird. That second gap, though, between Sonoda and Magnussen is coming down. And if we can get past Vettel here... Come on, Alex. 81% confidence. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, one thing I didn't check. There it is. That's what it looks like. Weather.
We need to charge it.
No rain forecast currently.
Yep, copy.
Albon's ERS is empty. As is Logan's. Too busy reading the chat. Not spending enough time looking at the ERS. That was a bit of a blunder. But we are up to 15th right now. And there are no DRS zones until the pit straight. So we've got room to harvest. We are actually pulling away from Vettel because of the fuel usage and pushing the tyres. So, all in all, not too bad. I think we're about where we want to be with tyre deg. It's not so much the tyre degradation that I like about the update. It's the fact that the tyre difference is now. So if you're on softs and you're racing someone on hards, you will see a noticeable difference. And that's what I loved in the last race. You know, we were on softs and everyone else in front of us was on hards and mediums. And we were catching them by several tenths a lap. And it made it interesting. We were able to strategize based off that, which is really cool. Oops, not deploy. Goodness no.
So use energy.
I think we can go neutral for a bit now.
Yep, copy.
I think we can also speed up a little bit. Bit of yellow flag there. So what tyres is Sonoda actually on? Sonoda is on softs as well, but he's not pushing as hard as us. Leclerc and Gasly, in fact there's a few ahead. They must be on two stoppers, unless they're switching to hards. But that will work well for us. If they switch to hards, we're going to be on mediums or softs still. So we should be... I reckon another 13th, maybe 14th place finish here. That sounds realistic to me. And if we can keep within DRS of Sonoda, we get the slipstream, which will help with the fuel consumption. Well, there goes Gasly, so we're up to 15th now.
Sounds like a spin.
What was I going to say? If we can stay within DRS of Sonoda. Oh yeah, I mean, first of all, we stay within a second of him, but we also get the slipstream for fuel consumption, which will be awesome. Because right now, so what are we? 8 tenths. Let's just keep an eye on it. It's actually going up. Yeah, it is actually going up, which is interesting. Makes you wonder where we're actually getting our benefit from, because we do catch him. Yeah, look there. We're right up behind him now. Must just be the DRS. Now we're past him. Nice.
And a new position, just gained by Williams.
Now we can close the gap to Mick, hopefully, without losing a place to Yuki. Oof, we're actually losing quite a lot of ground to Mick. 3.7 seconds. How the heck has that happened? That's not helpful for our fuel consumption. But we are sort of leading the best of the worst right now. We have entered the pit window. So where are we with tyres? Again, I think we're about where we want to be for Albon's tyres. I think for Logan, I'm going to ease up a little bit.
Yeah, take it easy.
And maybe push him a little bit longer. So what's he doing? He's doing medium soft soft, isn't he? So that puts us in a position where we could go a little bit harder on the first set of softs. And there goes Yuki. Kind of need to keep Seb behind. When we pit now, we will come out in last. But it's what can we do? What can we do to make up that advantage? We are going easy on these tyres, so I will tell him to do that as well.
Okay, box.
Okay, in comes Albon.
Aston Martin with a great play there.
And there he is
They've
in
moved
last
up a
place, but he has now stopped. Compared that to some of the other drivers. So Gasly will need to stop soon. Obviously Logan not too far away from now. And yeah, look, if we can actually... Ooh, I mean, we're pushing on fuel still, so that will help. Maybe we go a little bit of deploy on the ERS too.
You can use energy. Use energy. You can use energy.
Which I will keep an eye on.
Yep,
There
okay.
we go. So we're back past Gasly. We didn't get past Mick, but what's the gap? 9.5. But look, we're 6 seconds ahead of Gasly. What did he change to? Is he on softs? He is actually on softs, which is interesting. So he started on softs as well, right? So is he doing soft, soft, medium? That would be a 2-stopper. He's not going to do, you know, 36 laps on softs. That's interesting that he is actually on a 2-stopper, it seems. So Logan's up to 14th right now. Albon is starting to climb here.
Looks like that was a position gained for Alfa Romeo.
He does need to keep pushing on the fuel. We're well ahead of where we want to be. I might do a little bit of harvesting with the ERS. We've got a gap to Vettel right now, so it doesn't hurt. Okay, so we're switching Logan to softs. Actually, I'm going to back out of this for now. He's on 40% because we went easier on his tyres. So he can go for another couple of laps, I would say. He has just run wide. That's not gone well. Alex, meanwhile, we can switch you back to neutral because you've got some charge in your battery now. Albon's down in 19th. Gasly has just gone past. There's some pits though. So yeah, we're starting to see a rise. I think we bring Logan in now. Switch to the softs. Yeah.
Box.
So he'll come out probably 18th, 19th, 18th, 19th.
Car in the wall.
Okay.
Someone's crashed. Who stopped?
I think that was a crash.
Perez.
We can take a look now. We're just watching the Red Bull.
He was leading Verstappen as well. And Screech on the hairpin, straight into the wall. Is he still in the race? Yes, he is. Of course he is. Not only that, he only lost a couple of seconds. He was right ahead of Verstappen, now he's only 3.2 behind, which to me does imply that he only lost like 3 seconds going head first into the wall like that, which is a little bit suspect if you ask me. He has now come in and pitted, and he is 8th. Alex's fuel consumption was starting to look a little bit bad, but Yuki's just gone past him. So we're going to get a nice little slipstream there, which is going to help with the fuel. We will start managing his ERS a little bit more in a minute as well.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
As long as he keeps within DRS range. Which he isn't right now, but if I do...
You can use energy. Yep, copy.
This might bring him back. Logan's 11 seconds behind Seb. But again, soft tyres now for Logan till the end of the race. Alex is going to swap back to the softs at some point. When's that? That's on lap 40. And your stop is 41. So actually Logan's going to end up on softer, on newer tyres. Whoa! Vettel, you get back, son. Get back. Yeah, you ride that grass, Alex. Keep him behind. Nice one. Now he's going to have to burn that fuel. Otherwise he's going to get...
Looks like Aston Martin
never mind.
have just
Vettel
gained
has
the
got
race
past.
position.
Yellow flag. Driver locked up. That was Logan.
Oh,
And he's
that's a
crashed. Has he got damage? Critical damage. To what? The front wing. So he hasn't got a front wing. When was he due in? He was due in on lap 41. And we're on lap 31 now. Let's have a look at the strategy. So if we changed your strategy now and stuck you on some mediums and ran you to the end, you'd have to run very conservative. And you're going to lose a load of time. But you've got no front wing. I just want to have a little explore here and see how much time he loses with no front wing. I'm assuming that like literally no front wing. Yeah, no front wing. Okay, we're going to have to bring him in. We are going to have to bring him in. Which isn't... it's really annoying because his window was in 7 laps. That would have been perfect. So, yeah, you're going to have to switch to mediums. No, not wets. Mediums. And we're going to have to do it now. Which means you won't be able to push as hard. Darn it. Okay. Back on the mediums. And you are going to need... yeah, new front wing. Okay. Slightly annoying that that's happened. But I suppose it is what it is. Just got to keep an eye on Albon now and try and get him back in competitive racing. Again, he's got the slipstream on Vettel right now. I am going to have a look at tyres. So Gasly needs to pit still. Schumacher needs to pit still. Ricciardo potentially. How far is Ricciardo ahead of us though? Yeah, it's this gap here that ruins it for us. Ricciardo's probably going to come out around here-ish, maybe just ahead of Gasly. I don't even want to look at Logan's pit stop. 7.6. For a front wing change, that's not too bad, I suppose. Albon is toing and froing now. If If I can
And
get
a new
his...
position, just gained by Williams.
What's the gap? So Vettel is behind us right now. So if I do some harvesting, because we're coming in... Actually, we've got a couple more laps before we need to worry about that. That was a big leap there from Vettel as well.
Aston
My
Martin
days.
with a great play there. They've moved up a place.
Now we've got Mick right behind us. Do need to get past Seb again. Ideally. Come on. Pedal to the metal, Alex. Pedal to the metal. We do need to charge that ERS up a little bit because I want it to be, as we enter our pit window, I want to start pushing. Right, there we go. We've just entered our pit window. So I've misjudged this slightly, but it could still work in our favour. We can push on the outlap as well, of course.
Haas with an overtake there.
There's Vettel pitting. So yeah, now we'll go back to neutral for a bit. That should take us up to 100%. I hope. Maybe. Oh, we got close then. So right now, if we pit, we come out ahead of Vettel. But that's about it. These guys, are they going to go to 13 laps? Maybe. Maybe. Again, this isn't Motorsport Manager. You can't just do like a half-decent pit strategy and that's what wins you the race. You do have to do other things as well. We're going to go full deploy here, though.
So use energy if you need it.
And try and get away from... not from Gasly behind, because I feel like he might actually overtake us here. More to try and build a gap to Vettel. Although we kept Gasly behind there. Not bad. Yeah, we do need to put Albon here onto softs. Actually, what are our tyres on? 40? No, I'm not going to pit now. We're going to go another lap or so. Because then we can go on slightly fresher softs and run them for slightly longer as well. So long as it doesn't cost us in anything. Like right now, yeah, we're above the cliff. I'm not going to push on tyres or anything. But I reckon we could do like another lap at least, if not two. If we push the ERS. Depends on how well we held Gasly back as well. He's right behind. Let's see what happens here. If he goes past us, then so be it. He hasn't. Yeah, same as last lap actually. He couldn't make it. Alright, we'll switch this back to neutral for a little bit, because that's one of the reasons why we kept him behind. He has now gone past.
Alpha Tower, he gained
Maybe
the
now we
place.
pit. Bring Alex in. Stick him on the fresh boots. 2.5 seconds. That's a good time.
It's a spin.
It's the fact, so he's come out behind Vettel, which means something's gone wrong. And Vettel spun. Bottas and Stroll aren't going to stop, are they? But we might be able to catch them.
Happy to push.
Get past Vettel first. There we go. It's the first one taken care of.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
Now we've got 15.5 seconds to catch Bottas, and we've got 8 laps to do it. There's a second already. It's 2 seconds. And he spun.
Let's
Albon.
take a look at the replay.
What are
Now
you
we see the
doing?
Williams here.
He's just completely locked up and gone round then, hasn't he?
And that was a bitter blow for the team. And it may have really hurt their overall
That's
chances.
frustrating. That's frustrating. He's still ahead of Logan. But that's really frustrating. What tyres is Vettel on? Vettel's on
Sounds like
softs as well.
someone's locked up.
So it's the two medium runners. If we could have caught them, we could have got stuff done. And actually, Albon is catching Vettel again. It's just those tyres now might... Oh, they might still make it to the end, actually. Never mind. Fuel is fine. ERS not that healthy. I might take an engine penalty for COTA, though. There we go. We're past Vettel.
And a new
We can catch
position
Stroll,
just
which we
gained
are
by
doing.
Williams.
Nowhere near fast enough, but we are doing it. Oh, we're so close. Look, there's Stroll. This is what I was about to say when we spun. I love how you can chase down other drivers now as well. And there is a very noticeable difference in the tyre performance. We're not quite within DRS range. We could still get Stroll on this lap though and finish 17th.
So this is
Which
last
with everything
lap,
that
this is last
happened
lap.
in this race isn't the worst. Might tell Logan to calm down on fuel because we do need to provide a sample.
Save
Seb's
fuel.
coming past now.
Do not do anything.
I mean, you can push more, Alex. That's something you could do. There you go. Push those tyres. And there's Stroll. Yellow flag sector 2. Don't know what for. Oh, that's what for. Who was that? Verstappen's out. Oh, Max. I kind of want to watch that replay. And Perez. Oh, did the Red Bulls crash into each other? Oh, please show a replay game. Please. I don't even care now if we catch Stroll. I just want to see the crash between the two Red Bulls. We are catching Stroll. Look how much we've closed the gap on him on this lap alone.
That sounds like someone's gone wide there.
Gasly running
Let's
wide
see
on
what
turn
happened
1.
there. Now look at this. It was the Alpha Tauri driver involved. They've
Okay.
taken that far too wide, and now
I think we
they're
might be
paying the
catching
price.
up with some replays now. That's what's going on here. Maybe. So Leclerc's 1. Can we get past Stroll before the line? Not quite. 18th and
Okay, so
20th. That's
that's
actually
checkered
quite
flag.
disappointing. That is actually very
That's
disappointing.
Leclerc. Charles Leclerc is today's winner.
We'll break that down in a minute. Perez and Verstappen crashing out though. They are classified though, as you can see. Because it was on the last lap, wasn't it? That's an interesting one. I think the strategy wasn't the worst. Again, a safety car would have helped, and if we'd gone to
Checkered flag.
wet conditions, excuse me, partway through, that would have been a big help too. But yeah, just feels like really anticlimactic race in the end. Bull on bull action, yeah. Well, I mean, that's an awkward one. That's like Baku 2017, I think it is, 2018. I think it was 2017, where Verstappen went into the back of Ricciardo. Both Red Bulls there just disappeared. Right, let's skip this. We'll get back to the factory. It's a shame you can't see replays from here. There's a data view. Actually, there's events. Can we do it from here, maybe? No. That's the yellow flag there from the incident, but we can't actually see what happened. That's annoying. There was a 17-second gap there as well, so I don't know how they crashed into each other. Unless they just crashed separately. Maybe they didn't hit each other. I don't know. Anyway, drivers. So, Alex has dropped to 15th now. And in constructors, we are now down to 9th. Haas have gone above us. So we're bang on our target for the season. We were aiming to finish 9th. But it is a little disappointing that we've let Haas get past us. We've got one race left of the stream. Which is, of course, the US Grand Prix at COTA. I think I'm going to ignore Aitken for this one and just focus on track acclimatization for both drivers. Because that could be a cause of spinning as well, of course. We'll see. But yeah, I think I want to take some penalties. I think I want to take some penalties for this race, just so we get good engines in the car. So Albon especially, engine change. I want to get a new one. Yeah, we'll get a grid penalty. It's fine. Install on car number 2. And then ERS change. Install on car 2. And gearbox change. I probably could go back to this gearbox, which puts us on, I don't know what the wear is, it doesn't tell us here, but I think I will just bite the bullet. Oh, it said there. Car 2 gearbox 58. Yeah, no, we're going to get another one. Screw that. Install. Logan, where are we with your stuff? So engine 69, that's pretty good. ERS 78, gearbox 58. I'm inclined to leave Logan where he is and just change Alex's. And then we'll probably end up with a split grid because of that, but I don't mind that. Facility upgrade, race simulator's done. Nice. I'm never going to see it myself, but work experience gain, it's gone up from 40% to 60%, which is nice. CFD simulator, now that was an important one. Yeah, look at the improvements. It's doubled it, basically. And here, that's double, that's double, that's double, and that's double. Well, that's nice. We can't afford to, well, we can afford to upgrade it again, but I'm not going to. I'm tempted to go with the suspension, though. That's the only one that isn't on at least 2. And I think that's for the entire factory. Yeah. So that makes sense. We're going to do that as well. What now? Suspension low stock. Is it? Actually, it is, to be fair. Suspension. And we're going to go with another 2. And I suppose we'll rush it. I kind of want to get the front wing. Yeah, we've only got 3 front wings. We'll get another pair of those made up as well. We have got a little bit of money to burn here, so I'm not too worried about that. I don't know where we are in relation to the budget cap right now, but weather center's improved, so I think our forecast accuracy's gone up. Chassis research is complete. There we go. Hospitality area, poor condition. I'm in the middle of upgrading it though, so I can't really do anything about that. Which is a bit weird. Weather center up, so forecast accuracy is increased by 10%. Still can't, I mean, we can design a new part if we wanted to, but we have no hours. So we could do it without the hours. And we'll get some improvement out of it still. But is there any point? I mean, how much is this going to cost? Let's go with race performance and then move everything. Here. Actually, that does go up. Maybe we do just do that still. I won't be finished before the end of this current season. In that case, no. Unless adding extra engineers to it will speed it up. But even then, what's the point? We'll just take the hit for now and go into Season 2 with it. Up-and-coming driver, Zacko Sullivan. 17 years old. But he's only rated 48. Could be a reserve. I'm just looking at Seb here. Contract-wise, so we can see what he's on. He's on 14.2 million. That's a lot of money. And it's 1.4 to buy him out of his contract as well. So, yeah, too much. Let's have a look at the Hulk, who is there. Get some detailed scouting on him. Front wing, good stuff. You can see I'm kind of speed running this now just to get to the actual Grand Prix. Hopefully I'm not missing anything important because of that. Reach Q2, fastest lap, finish position streak, which again we have lost. Off we go then to the US of A. Albon's basically got a brand new car. Logan's basically got a scrap heap. But, you know, he still makes the most of it. Logan's home race as well, of course.
But there are no wild
So you'd hope he would pull the performance out. Just going to refresh the chat again before we hit the track. So no Aitken in the car this time. We're just going to keep our main two. Our dynamic duo. Penalty warning. Yep. Sim. Go. Complete. Wow, look at those penalties. Logan's going to start 5th at this rate. Wow. And also Albon faster than Logan, which is interesting. 41.47. Ah, see, that's a bit low. It's not really where I wanted that to be. It's going to be wing adjustment. There we go. And some anti-roll to bring that back in. And then some... yeah, and then some toe. Actually, we need to do some more wing. There we go. So oversteer's about where it needs to be. Braking stability is just tickled inside there. Now we need to move these. And then I can move that one a long way. Okay, we'll try that. Cool. So that's... I don't know what that was actually, but it was less than... It was 38, wasn't it? Something like that. Albon. Hard tyres. Pump that up. So apparently green's good. It isn't. I'll tell you that much now. It isn't. Move that there. Anti-roll will move back. That's changed things quite a bit. Alright, let's try that. Go. Sim. Go. Please be a good number. First of all, let's see where we are with this. I don't think it's going to be a good number. 54. 68 for Logan's not bad, but 54 for Alex is terrible. It's gone up by 3. That's not good. It's not good at all. First of all, bump that up. Right, so setup. Wow, traction. Way off. That would explain it. I guess that. That does keep pretty much everything where it already was, except traction. Now, Albon. This is going to be a tricky one. So it's braking stability and traction again that are off. We could try and move it all the way this way first. And again, it keeps everything else pretty much where it needs to be. Let's go. Let's do it. Send him out on track. Logan first, then Albon. Again, we don't need to see that. Glamour shots are good and all, but not always helpful. I think that's the first time I've actually seen the car sat in the garage as well, which is cool. We'll turn that on. Here we go. It's Albon roaring down the pit lane. Oh, pit straight, sorry, not pit lane. Shouldn't be roaring down the pit lane, that's for sure. Up to turn 1, which is always a good opportunity for a crash of some description. Now to the COTA S's, which, like I said earlier, I hate them just as much, if not more, than the Suzuka S's, because it's like they took these ones and just stretched them even more. But I do like this bit here. So from here, you go around there, almost flat out, and then you just charge down the hill towards this hairpin, which you'd expect me to despise, but I actually don't mind it too much. Albon currently with a purple first sector. Down the DRS straight. That looked a bit bumpy there. And then up to, I have no idea what you would call this, but Miami took note and said, yep, we'll do this too. So a sharp left-hander. Then you got this sort of hairpin. I suppose it is a hairpin. It's like a 2-in-1 kind of corner. And then you've got this sort of hairpin, which again has 2 apexes. And then this is the part everyone likes about COTA, is the flat out corner here, where you have to be super brave to just stick it in there still. That's a purple second sector for Albon, but his first sector has now been gone. Final corner, which I always go wide on, and then down to the line. There we go. Albon with a 140.4. I don't want the interval. I do want the time. So 140.4, and then Lando with a 138.1. And then again, it's the hope that kills you. But we are on hard tyres right now. So if we can get on soft ASAP, then we can go out there and we can rip up the tarmac and, you know, put in some decent lap times. We're not that far off the pace right now. Now we are. 3.2 and 3.5. Yeah, just got to wait now for the feedback, which seems to be taking a while this time. At least we got good track acclimatization now. They know where the apexes are. They just need to hit them, and hit them faster. 3.3. That's a big gap. That is a big gap. If that was in the race, I wouldn't be very happy. That's for sure. That is for sure. Albon should get his feedback in. There we go. About to say any second now. And as I said it, he did it. He is also gaining on Logan, which is interesting. Okay, here he comes. Please be good. In he comes, and I mean 66 is better, but it's still not great, and it's stability again. But I could do that, and then no, not camber, toe, no. How on earth? And I could use toe here, I suppose, just to bring it back across. But straights is outside the optimum. That's not bad. That's not bad. We could go with that. Braking stability might be a little too far off now. So maybe I'll use toe just to bring that back in. Let's try that. I'm really praying for Logan's now that his is good. Where is he? He's coming in now. So his setup confidence good. 66 though. 68 was the highest. So he's not really improved at all. And traction now is so far off. Wait, revert that. I reckon I can do this with some wings and some anti-roll. Maybe not. So, anti-roll here to bring traction back. And then braking stability. That could come from camber, actually. That could work. And then straights is within. Everything now is within where it needs to be. Let's give that a bash. I'm missing my little helpers today. Helping me out in the chat. I have to do it all myself. And I think that's one of the reasons why we've not been doing very well as well. Kind of been letting myself down a little bit here. Out goes Logan. Out goes... Alex is already out. Actually, I don't know why I said out goes Alex. Albon now. Yellow sectors, of course, because he's got a weighed down car. I'm interested to know if the AI is playing a similar game to me here, where they're trying to get the car set up right. I'd be interested to know how early into a practice session do they actually get it spot on, or as close to spot on as possible, and then just start going out and doing laps. I'm almost tempted to say they don't play that game at all. They're good to go from the get-go.
Car in the wall.
Someone's crashed.
Yes.
Again, it's not Albon.
Yellow exit of 6. Yellow exit of 6.
Gasly.
Let's take a closer look. Now look at this. It's Pierre
Where
Gasly.
is he? He's on the twiddly bit.
And there we see the crash.
Oh, that's nothing. He'll drive that back, no problem. Yeah, he's not out. Not even a VSC. Oh yeah, we've only had one red flag all season, and we caused it. It was our drivers crashing into each other at Zandvoort. Be nice to see a red flag where we're not involved, and then we can actually like do car repairs and stuff like that. I'm wondering if we will see one now, though. Logan's tyres struggling to grip. Huh. Alex has got grip in his tyres. I kind of want you to complete your run. Alex coming in now. Says the car feels great, cheers. So what, 10% do you reckon? I think the happier he sounds on the radio, the worse it actually is. Let's find out. If this is good, he's got just enough time to do like 3, maybe 4 laps. 89. I will take that. That is pretty good. Yeah. I don't think I'm going to get it any better than that. So we're just going to knock this down now to... I think 4 laps. We can get 4 laps out of him. Out you go, Alex. If he comes in early, so be it.
What do you think?
Logan now coming in. 89 as well. Lovely. So out you go then. Now you're probably only going to get 3 laps in. But again, is outlap even. Green sectors, which is great to see. Up to 11th. So that mustn't have been his outlap then, surely. Sergeant up to 15th. Okay.
And all the way to 0. All the way to 0.
Maybe it is setup that's costing us, you know? Here comes Logan again. Oh, he aborted. I reckon he'd have gone even faster. We're 1.3 off Leclerc. That's not bad. Don't forget, Albon is going to have a penalty here, and it's going to be a severe one. He is basically going to start the race in last. But Logan, 15th. That will see him through. Actually, if we can get both drivers through to Q2, Albon won't start last. Look how close we are to performance bonuses as well. Oh, it's so good. I'm really happy now. Please don't crash in quali. 19 place grid penalty for Albon, as you'd expect. Let's actually sort this out first. Right, I don't know what to do with the time to actually send them out for qualifying. The first run, very easy. Just hit it now.
Radio check. Radio check.
Here we are.
Radio check.
Okay, it's green now.
Wait for them to come round. I mean, I've got some slow cars in front. We should be able to punch past them pretty quickly. In fact, there's only one slow car in front, and it's one of the Alpines, I think. We might not even catch them till the straight, which will be fine. We watch Albon. Purple first sector for Logan. Alex quickly takes it off him. Here we go. Down to the hairpin. Are we going to pass the Alpine on the straight here? As long as we don't get to the twisty bit, we should be alright. Oh yeah, Logan should get past. I don't know about Alex, actually. No, Alex hasn't. But we haven't caught him yet anyway, so... Purple second. We have lost the purple first. I am looking forward to the day where I look down at the delta there and see that it's still a purple first sector. And that's when I'm like, oh, is this the time? Could this be our moment? Is that Alpine going to slow us down? I don't think he is, actually. I think he's fine. Yeah. Alex, 3/10 faster than Logan. 1:36.2. Gasly 6/10 faster than Albon, though. And so it begins. But all we have to do is be faster than 5 cars. Sounds simple, right? Fresh softs. When do I send them out? I could do it at the same time as everyone else, which is around here. Schumacher going wide. Doesn't bother me much. Albon's still 15th. Just have a look at this. See, I don't want to do it yet. I want to do it as the first one starts to go. So Ocon's now gone. So we'll send Logan out. We'll send Alex out straight after. So we're now waiting for them, which is fine because they're all faster than us. There goes Logan. And there goes Alex. It's not ideal. I would have liked Alex to have been right behind Logan there. But it could be worse. If I turn that on for a second, is he going to slow down? I don't think he is, no. That's fine then. No point having that on. Right. Switch back to Albon. Here we go then. So we're behind Vettel, I think. We are the driver at risk. Tsunoda right now is the only one realistically who causes... Actually, Zhou as well. Tsunoda and Zhou. Stroll and Vettel should stay behind us. If we can get past Mick as well, that would be great. I have a feeling, a horrible feeling, we're going to end up 16th. We need some green sectors. There's a green first sector. Nice. So we are currently improving. Track grip is high. There is a slipstream in front of us thanks to the Aston Martin there. Although there is a bit of a gap. Again, considering how close we were to one another in the pit lane, I'd have liked to have seen that gap continue here. But maybe they do slow down to, you know, automatically open a bigger gap. I don't know. Coming up to the twisty bit. This is the end of the second sector as well. Logan's green. Alex is green. So again, we're improving. Someone's locked up. Yellow flag sector 2. But that's behind us. So that shouldn't affect us. Multiple cars crashed.
It's a crash.
Was that behind us as well?
More than one car. Here's the replay. We're just watching the Red Bull.
I think that was behind us. That's the DRS straight, isn't it? Wow.
And that's a
Oof.
big smash.
Look at the tyre grooves there. Checkered flag. So Magnussen is out. He's not setting a faster time. Did we go? Oh, 15th. Tsunoda or Zhou. If they got caught up in that yellow flag though, then we're through, right? Is that Tsunoda at the back there? It is. And Zhou's coming around the last corner now. So it's whether or not he improved. Ah, no, he did. What about Tsunoda? Not that it matters now anyway, because we're out in Q1 again. So Albon is starting last. Tsunoda did improve, but not really much. He's pushed Sargent to the back. So we're starting 19th and 20th. Oh, that's so frustrating. Imagine if we'd actually got through to Q2. That meant we'd have started 15th. Which would have been... Actually, no, sorry. We wouldn't have started 15th. We still would have been penalised. I don't know where I'm getting my info from. But there are a lot of penalties here. So we could still start higher.
It's race day with a team.
Let's have a look. So our actual starting positions... I don't think we see them on here, sadly. What are we doing with strategy? I think... So I'm going to guess this is quite an abrasive track. Given... Yeah. So softs might not be on the cards here. It might be all mediums and hards. We could just go with a bog standard medium, hard, medium. It's not a bad idea. So that's a two-stopper. This one, soft, medium, hard. I would invert that though. I would go medium, hard, soft. But you can already see how that might not necessarily work. Or we go medium, medium, hard. But again, I would go... I would start... I would do that. And I would push that as long as possible. And then I would push that as long as possible. Kind of like that. Which actually is what this strategy was. But I'm going to make it a new strategy anyway. For Albon, I am actually going to do the same strategy. But I'm going to push... So that's... Hang on, that's lap 41. So you come in on 40, you come in on 41, you come in on 18, and you come in on 18. So I do need to change yours so that you come in on You're not going to last till 19, are you? So maybe 17. So I think Logan goes 2 laps longer on the hards. Oh no, it's about right. It is actually about right. I'm going to do that. Fuel-wise, we're going to overload. And then driving-wise here, fuel usage and deploy, we're not going to do anything to the tyres. Now, if I see a single AI do a one-stopper here, I'm going to cry foul play. Because there is no way that that is possible. Not a chance. But I think we are ready to hit the track. Skip Crofty again.
Sit tight and get
Here
ready.
we go then.
It's the United
2 red
States
lights,
Grand Prix.
3 red lights, 4 red lights. Turn the
And
camera
it's
off
lights out.
and
And
away we go. We're obviously going to be following Albon here at the start, who I think had an atrocious start by the looks of things. He's struggling to catch up to Ocon. Logan's up in 12th now because of the penalties to everyone else. Sainz was right at the bottom as well. It's almost like they took the grid and flipped it upside down in some places. Verstappen started, well, he's 6th now, so I'm going to assume he started around 6th. It's just a shame we can't push those tyres. Maybe there was a strategy where we could have. We could have gone for a 3-stopper, but that sounds a bit too extreme for me. It has happened before. Yeah, Alex is struggling to keep up. Logan, meanwhile, still 12th. And is actually, I was about to say, almost closer to Stroll than he was to Gasly, but that's now changed. Alex tiptoeing his way around that corner. But he has got the oomph now down the back straight. I tell you now, he is not 1.4 seconds behind Bottas. That's a timing glitch. If this was DRS right now, that'd be glorious. Okay, here goes. That's not 1.3 seconds to Bottas. Why is... I don't know. We have actually got some soft runners. Sainz is on 76% already, those. And Verstappen. So they're going to pit early, right? They must be switching to hards pretty early on. And they'll probably run mediums at the end. There's no way they're going to go soft, hard, soft. Timing tower has finally fixed itself. Here we go then, lap 2. Alex still struggling. Logan still 12th. Bottas and Tsunoda fighting each other there as well. Come on, Alex. Pedal to the metal. Let's go. Don't know what else we could have done. Maybe we could have gone hard, hard, soft as a strategy. Already I'm thinking, why didn't we just do that? And then we could have pushed at the end. But then we might have got screwed by the pit stops. So we could have gone soft, hard, hard. Afternoon, Donny. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream. Now we're pushing on Yuki. Now we're pushing on Yuki. We can get the inside line around the left-hander here as well. Maybe a little bit of late braking just to make things really sweet. There we go. Get that move done. Beautiful. Up to 19th. Sargent's still 12th.
That's it.
Coming up to lap 3 with DRS.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
Just got to keep that gap to Bottas right now. We've got to go through all the S's before we
DRS
get
is
to the
enabled.
good bit.
DRS is enabled.
I'm doing good, thanks, Donny. Yep. We've had a pretty mixed bag so far in this race. Not in this stream, I should say. Sorry, I've only just started this race. So this race already, Albon's only at the back because of engine penalties and things like that, grid penalties. If it wasn't for those, he would be starting 16th right now. In fact, he would even be higher than Logan. He'd probably be in the top 10 right now. Singapore was a bit of a mixed one. Was it 14th and 18th we finished? Japan was atrocious. It was like 17th and 18th or 18th and 19th. And then hopefully we're going to finish on a high here. Hopefully. I'm going to look at the weather. No rain forecast. Boring. Come on, game. Give us some mixed elements to race in as well. Alright, DRS. For the first time.
Still a lot to play for.
Logan's lost 12th now, but it is to Carlos, so you'd expect that. And it's on the DRS straight, so it took a lot of performance there to get past him. Albon was looking to stick it up the inside of Magnussen, who has been overtaken by Bottas. Come on, Alex. Keep that foot firmly planted. I want to see if he can get this move done for the next lap. And then we'll start speeding up time. We'll think about first pit windows and everything. I mean, if we can make those hards go longer, but then by doing... I was going to say if we make the hards go longer, you can switch to softs, but the sacrifice you make on the hards, probably the softs aren't going to make up for that. That's nice. Look at that traction from Alex.
Let's focus.
Brilliant. Logan's lost another place, but here comes Albon. Starting to rise up the grid.
That's a position gain.
He's somewhat struggling to keep up with Schumacher, though. There's a bit of a gap building, but we've got that excess fuel to burn, and that weight of the fuel as well is going to be a reason why we're going slower. Magnussen's got past again. That's not great. So our first pit stop is lap 18 for Alex and 17 for Logan.
I think we've had a car run
So that's
wide.
basically what we're speeding up for now. Past Magnussen again. We are gaining somewhat on... actually, that's Logan now in front. Mick's got past Logan.
Is that a new race
Again, I think it's the
position
weight of the
for
car more than anything that's slowing us down here. Don't think there's anything more to it than that. So as the race progresses, Logan's got past Mick again. And again, it's no coincidence. There's a bit of a gap here building. So maybe overfueling the car isn't the way to go anymore, but I don't know. Logan's up to 12th now with the first round of pit stops. What did they switch to? They're all now on mediums. And we're switching to hards. So that is going to slow us down. But then we do switch back to mediums again at the end, which they might switch back to mediums. They could. Some of them could go to softs.
Was that a lock-up on the track?
We are right behind Verstappen. Verstappen is right behind Logan. Oh. Ooh. A little bit of a wheel bang there between the two of them. Alex has a potential opportunity here. Don't know if it's too late. Oh no, he's going for it. He's going for it. Oh, he moved out, but it was just too much. Not quite enough track left. Safety car. Who's out? Who is out? First of all, what lap are we on?
Car in the wall.
We're going to have a lot of fuel left. There are people pitting. I'm going to stay out for track position. Sonoda missed the replay. Sonoda's crashed. Sonoda is out.
Yellow flag.
Yep, copy.
See, I think we're going to gain
take it
quite a
easy.
few places here.
Drop back
Just
a
by
bit.
staying out on track. Now, Max has pitted, so he's obviously not going to come in. But here we go. 13th, 12th. 11th. Any more? No. Logan's 9th. Alex is 11th. Not bad. I don't know what lap we're on. Lap 14. So the safety car's probably going to end. Maybe we could have pitted. Safety car's going to end just as our pit window opens. But I think it's just too early. We would have had to have gone hard to see us through. And there could well be another safety car. You never know. And the front runners didn't pit. So maybe same as them. Magnussen, I don't think pitted either. No. So the front 6, then us, and then Magnussen. We're the ones who haven't pitted. I bet the ones who pitted earlier feeling pretty good about themselves right now. In fact, they're all pitting now. Maybe we do risk it then. Do we lose track position though? That's the question. Because they're so far ahead. They're just about to be picked up by the safety car, actually. I think... Logan, I think we're going to risk it. And pit. And we'll switch to a hard. But I think we're going to leave Alex out.
Box.
Copy, boss.
I'm going to set up that strategy now, actually. So we're going to add new strategy. That's going to be... Interesting that I can't switch back to hard. So I can't go hard. Really? What's that all about? Okay, never mind then. We're not going to change strategy. But we are going to keep him on hard. Maybe we... Do we have another set of hards? That's the other question. Maybe we don't. Hang on. Oh, we've only got one set of hards. Ooh, cancel pit stop. No, we're not going to pit him. We're going to leave him on the strategy that he's on now.
Is that a lockup?
Vettel's just locked up as well. So Vettel and Stroll have come out of this quite well as well. I mean, we could run longer into this race now, I suppose. With the fact that we're only just picking up the safety car now. So it's probably going to go for another lap or so.
You've got loads of energy.
We've got so much fuel now.
Copy.
Mick's only just catching us up. There we go. So I don't know how long this safety car is going to take.
Safety car will be in.
Right, it's coming in this lap.
Yeah, copy.
So we are ahead of where we want to be
Pick up the pace a bit.
for everything, basically. You can go standard.
Energy if you need it.
So we could push on the tyres, or we could just use it as an opportunity to go long. And I feel like using it as an opportunity to go long,
Okay.
and then maybe pushing more towards the end of the race. I think that could work. I think that could work well for us. There's a lovely queue building up here.
So there is
8th
no
and
overtaking
10th
until
right
the
now.
control line, and there'll be 2 laps with no
And
difference.
Alex already sticking his nose around the corner
Copy.
here, just trying to get a little look in.
Use energy if you need it. Use energy.
If we can get the jump here on Max. I mean, Logan could get past Alonso and Vettel. Ha, I'm going to ignore that then. Excuse me. There we go. I will ignore Albon's in a second as well. And then, yeah, we can push a little bit harder on these tyres. Well, not these ones, but once we've changed, we can push a little bit harder on those maybe at various points. Max is no doubt going to get past Sargent on the back straight. But if we can push Alonso, Alonso's pretty close to Vettel. Does Stroll pit just then? He's just dropped down to 18th. Oh wow, tiptoeing. And here comes Carlos. Oh wow, we're pulling away from Carlos. Surely he's going to catch us again now, am I right? No, we're still pulling away. Now he's gaining. There he comes. But if we stay alongside, yeah, look at that. Stayed ahead of him. Oh no, never mind. There he goes. We tried. We tried.
No.
Not your race, Alex. I mean, you can go alongside him again through here if you want, but he's not our race.
Ferrari, advance the race position.
So I think we can go another at least one lap, if not longer, on Sargent. And I definitely think we can go at least a lap on Alex. And Sainz has just locked up and gone wide, and he's now last. Well, okay then.
Looks like there's been a lock.
Max still can't get past Logan, who's now up to 7th. Someone... Vettel pitted. There you go. So I think we need to sort of open this gap a little bit before we pit, because we are going to come out in last. What's everyone switching to? Stroll's on hards now. That might see him to the end. Everyone else is on mediums, and that is going to be a problem for us. So I think they're going medium. They might be going medium hard though, or soft medium hard. So at the end of the race, we could come back into play here. It's just really disheartening right now to know that we could potentially throw this away still based on our pit strategy. Logan's lost out to Max. Zhou's right behind Albon.
Red Bull moved up.
He's going to run out of track though, I think. Yeah, he's not got it. Not got it done. Do I tell Logan to let Alex through though? I might just let them fight it out on track. Logan's pitting soon anyway. Let's speed up time a little bit more. Whoops. Who went wide? I think it was Alex. Sector 3. DRS is enabled again.
Oh, they've run
Just as we
wide.
come up to the DRS zone here. Yeah, it was Albon that ran wide. Here we go. Alex is going to have DRS on Logan.
Let's make sure we keep them behind. Lovely.
If you do your bit for us there, Logan, that would be great. Don't know if Alex went wide there. Oh, low
Yep,
battery.
low battery.
Crap.
Yep, copy.
Yeah, both of them. Low battery. That's poor. That's not going to help. Although Logan doing a great job now. Look at that. Opening the gap there for Alex. That's our pit window, basically. Although Logan is going to have to come in first. Unless I pit Alex first. No, it's going to have to be Logan first. But he's still doing a job. Zhou's got past. I'm going to turn that off now. I think we pit Logan this lap. He's bought us some time there. It's a good job. I think we bring Logan in now. So he's going to have to do one more round the track.
Alfa Romeo just
And then
moved
Alex
up
will
a
come in the
place.
next lap. I think Alex is struggling for grip a little bit. He has got Zhou circling. I think we're going to come out behind the Astons still, though. Is there anyone else who hasn't stopped yet? It is just us. We are the last ones to stop. Did I leave it too late?
Copy.
There goes Zhou. Alex is coming in now. Switching to the hards.
Do not do anything.
He needs to harvest for a bit.
Looks like that was a position gained for Alfa Romeo.
Logan is last. Alex is dropping. Alex is pitting now. So if you now harvest. There you go, that's pretty good. You can go neutral now. And you can go neutral now. And in fact, there's Logan again. Sweet. So what's everyone on, tyre-wise? So it's only us, the Astons and Magnussen who are on hards. Everybody else is on mediums, but they will need to stop again. As will we, of course, unless we really eke it out. I don't know what's happened to Albon's strategy here, though. He's lost his... but they've both lost their strategy. What's... Oh, because we went outside the pit window, didn't we? Of course we did. So we're going to add another medium stint here at the end. And we can now push that and do that. Which, if we get another safety car, will actually really go in our favour now. If we get another safety car. So I reckon we can do that there as well. And there we go. What about the weather? There's no rain. Absolutely no rain. And we've got so much fuel to burn now as well. I'm going to tell Logan to not fight Albon here. And just let him go. Because that's going to cost us time as well. There we go.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
Good stuff. So we're starting to climb back up. The next round of pit stops is where it's make or break time, I would say. Which for us is lap 45 and lap 44. We're currently in lap 30. Cars in front are pitting. But because of the... Yep, there you go. So Ricciardo and Ocon are now behind. There's more dropping down now as well. What are they changing on to, though? They're all changing on to hards. We're going from hard to medium. So right now we're racing them on the same compound, knowing that we'll be moving on to a faster compound shortly. Assuming the mediums will be faster than the hards here, of course. If they're not, then oh dear. But this might go well for us. Get that done, Albon. Look at that. Beautiful. Halfway down the back straight as well, he got that move done. Up to 13th. More pitters. Oh, we've lost out to Vettel again.
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
Oh, someone's run wide. Where did Ricciardo come from? He's on fresher tyres, I suppose.
Someone's run wide.
My God, that's so close. Magnussen ran wide, that's what happened. Vettel's trying to block us both off. Vettel does need to stop again soon, though. So how long is he going to continue that fight for? That's the question.
Scoots, come on.
There goes Ricciardo. But I've got a plan here. Overtake. You've got the ERS. Let's see it. Vettel's going to have DRS over Ricciardo. But we're going to have DRS over Vettel. And if we really push that button. Here we go. Let's see what the speed difference is. Vettel's going to be defending too. Ah, not quite. Not this time. Alright, let's go to the pit window now and just see what happens. Oh, Ocon squeaked through as well then.
Alpine just advanced.
There goes Vettel. So again, Ricciardo and Ocon, do they need to stop again? I'm thinking they don't. But Vettel does, Magnussen does, Mick doesn't, Stroll does. I think they were on a two-stopper still, but they stopped so early that we're just not catching them now. And if we stop again now, we come out last. So maybe again it's not quite gone the way we wanted it to, but on the mediums we could definitely do some hunting. It's just we're going to be 20 odd seconds behind the ones that we're looking to catch.
Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up
Where's
a place.
Stroll and Magnussen pitting? Yeah, and you can see now the gap. I mean, look at the gap between Albon and Ocon. That's ridiculous.
I think there's been a lock-up.
We are right up behind Mick, though. Or Mick's right up behind us. Something or other.
Haas with an overtake
Logan's
there.
pit window coming upon us. And he does need to stop. I reckon Albon, though, we can push for another lap after his stop lap. Alright, Logan's coming in now. We need to go early because he's struggling for grip. When you come out, though, I think you can still afford to be aggressive.
Push more. Copy.
I don't know where Logan is. Oh, he's just come in now. So he is 19th because Tsunoda's last. Alex has got a gap to Lance now. Oh, Alex has missed his window. Yeah, of course he has. That was the idea.
Copy.
Derp.
Is everything okay?
There we go. So we're going to bring Alex in. Have we got enough to chase them down? That's the question.
Who's running wide there?
We've got so much excess fuel. I mean, look at that already on Vettel. Look how much we're gaining on Vettel. And already we're putting the pressure on. And he's on mediums. So I don't quite know how we've chased him down so well. Stroll's on old mediums, so we should catch him. And then it's a case of, you know, Mick, Ocon, Ricciardo maybe. What's the gap? I mean, it's 30 seconds in 5 laps. That shouldn't... Yeah, that shouldn't happen. And we're struggling to get past Seb again. But we are closing down on Stroll. And there you go, we're past Lance.
Was that a lock-up on the track?
7 seconds away from Mick. We've still got fuel to burn. We can still push the tyres. That's all fine. We have got ERS on Albon if we need it. And we will, by the looks of things, because there's only 2 laps left. Again, it feels like we're so close to getting a really good strategy. But we're just...
So this is last lap. Last lap,
just
you can
struggling
push
here
the tyres.
to catch. He turned in early there. That was weird. Yeah, I feel like maybe again we waited too long. Maybe we should have thrown a soft compound in somewhere, but I don't really know where. We could have gone soft, hard, but we only had 1 set of hards. And I don't think you can change that actually, so we would have always been locked in. So we'd have had to have gone like, I don't know, hard, medium, soft or something like that, and just hope that we had the tyres to last till the end. But again, if you actually look at how close we are, and how well we closed that gap to Mick, there was like a 10-second, oops, there was like a 10-second gap here, not long ago.
Use energy.
Logan, I don't really know. Maybe we just waited too long on his old set of hards, and that messed him up. But we are really close to Mick now, with the ERS on full deploy as well. We're sub 1 second. In fact, we're in almost half a second. If this is like Japan and we're pushing on the line, that would be really close. Here we go with the flat out. 2/10. Might have waited a little too long to deploy. Oh, you don't go around the outside there. Should have nipped it up the inside. And there's the line. So again, we actually fought to the line. It was so close. So close. Shame about no points. I mean, Albon, you've only scored points once all season. 15th though. 15th and 19th. As long as we have one driver who does okay in the race, I don't mind too
First
much.
checkered flag.
You know, Logan's not going to be our main driver anytime soon. He's probably not even going to be our driver next season. He'll be someone else's problem. So Alex is doing a good job in a bad car. And we've got 3 races left. That'll be the next stream. So we've got Mexico, Brazil, Abu Dhabi. All 3 of them, you have to have quite a slippy car in certain sections to be competitive. And we've got a slippy car. So it'll be interesting to see how they cope with the reconfigured Abu Dhabi, these Williams cars. We're not going to develop any new parts now between now and the end of the season. We're going to focus on next season's development and see where we can go. But otherwise, yeah, it's been a pretty good stream all in. There will not be any stream highlights this week, though. We're taking that in a different direction right now. We're just going to put up the stream as is. So if you want to watch the stream back, if you're joining us late, feel free to watch it back. The replay should be available almost immediately. If not, check back on the channel a little bit later, and you should be able to find it. But yeah, the highlights weren't doing as well as we hoped, so we're going to put a pin in that one for now. If there's enough demand for it, we might bring it back. But right now, yeah, it's just the stream. Yeah, Albon made up 5 places. That's pretty good. We finished a lap down still, but I mean, Yuki finished 44 laps down, so it could have been worse. Another safety car perhaps would have benefited us, or a longer safety car would have benefited us. It's just one of those things. But yeah, I'm going to start wrapping up this stream in a second. Sargent here, almost a development point, I reckon. Albon, not quite. Jack, we didn't put in the car. So like I said, we've got 3 races left of the first season. And the car is not looking bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. The main thing is we've been reasonably competitive against our rivals this season. We're above Aston Martin. I think they have to win a race now, realistically, to actually finish ahead of us. Even if we DNF'd, they need both cars really to score points to stand any chance of catching us. And I know Canada was a fluke. And it probably won't ever happen again. But the fact that we had previous race results, there we go. The fact that we had Albon here finish 3rd and Logan finished 10th, that was massive for our season. Because up till then, we hadn't really looked competitive at all. And yet we perfected the strategy there with a huge helping hand from the chat. And we did all right. But yeah, thank you very much, everybody, for watching. If you haven't already subscribed to the Racing Games channel, be sure to do so. We've got loads of exciting content coming up in the not too distant future. Also, feel free to give the stream a like if you haven't done so already. Feel free to check out the previous streams as well, particularly the Canada Grand Prix. That was, like I said, an exceptional race, and you really do need to see it to believe it, because there's so much that happened. I've already forgotten half the things that happened in that race, so please do go check it out. It'll really help us out. Otherwise, drop some comments down below this stream. Let us know what kind of games you'd like to see us play. If you've got any advice for how to improve the Williams team here as well, be sure to let us know down below. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of your afternoons / evenings / mornings, wherever you are in the world. Enjoy the rest of your weeks. And until next time, take care.